Hello friends, I am Nayyar Shaikh, and today in this video I'll teach you how to create a complete and professional school management system website. So with this website you can manage multiple schools from one central location. Schools can receive fees and other payments online. Teachers can conduct live Zoom classes with this website. This website will create different accounts with different features for teachers, for students, parents, school librarian, school accountant, office administrator, and even the school transport guy. Basically, this website has all the features and functionalities that a professional school management system website must have. Now let me show you a very quick demo. So before we start creating this website, let me show you a very quick demo of the website, the system that you will be creating in this video if you follow my step-by-step tutorial. So this is the website that we'll be creating in this video. As you can see, this is the front end. This website is divided into front end and back end. This is your front end, and this, as you can see, this beautiful graph thing, this is your back end. I will explain you both front end and back end in detail in this video. First, let's see the front end. So in the front end, you can have your website, your school website. You can give your title, subtitle, one call to action button. Now, as you can see, the design and the style of the website is really great, huge, amazing, beautiful, and most importantly, modern design. So as you can see over here, besides this thing or behind this section, you will see a nice, beautiful background image, and on top of that image, we have a gradient color. And this gradient overlay makes this section really amazing and beautiful. Then when you scroll down, you will see some features, some main features about your school. For example, we provide quality education, we have inbuilt library, we have right training for the teachers or for students. Then when you scroll down, we can give, or you can give some more features or some more speciality of your website or about your school. And you can use these beautiful icons and this beautiful design, this icon box, to make your website stand out. Then when you scroll down, you have the about section of this school. So you can type in something about this school over here, and you can use some images like I have used over here. And this website is 100% mobile and tablet friendly. Now when I scroll down, we have some more sections, and you can see this thing at the bottom. We have the contact us section. Now in the front end, there is one very important option. If you click on this link, fee submission. Now a parent can come on your website, they can click on this link, or they can go to this page and they can submit the fee, or they can pay the fee from the front end on your website online. Let me show you. So this parent has to select the class. For example, this parent's child studies in first standard. So they will select class first, and they will enter the name of the child or the name of the student. And once they enter the name and click on the search button, they will see the student details. So here the student name, enrollment number, class, section or division, and after that they will see the roll number. If this is the student, they can see the fee invoices by clicking on this view link. And now they can see details about this thing. For example, this parent has not yet paid the July fees, which is payable this much amount. And if this parent wants to pay this thing right now, they can click on this link, pay now link. Now they will get different options. So if they want to make payment through bank transfer, they can select bank transfer. They will get all the bank account details, and they can make the payment through IMPS or through any bank transfer, net banking, and they can send the screenshot, and they can also send some transaction ID detail. Or if this person wants to make payment through credit card or debit card, they can select this Stripe account. They can click on proceed to pay. Then again, they will click on pay amount 2500, whatever the amount is. Now they can enter the card detail and they can make the payment. So this is how easy it is. Then we also have admission inquiry option or admission inquiry feature on this website. So basically anyone can come to your website, can come to your school website, and if they have an inquiry about admission, they can fill in this simple form, and after that they can click on submit, and this inquiry will be sent. Now this inquiry will be received by the office administrator, or if you have a receptionist in your school, this inquiry will be accepted and received by them. Now let me show you how that thing works. So if you see the dashboard, this is how your dashboard looks like. Now I'll explain you this dashboard later on. First, let's see this inquiry. If you see under your school option, you have this inquiries. If you click on this, you will see all the different inquiries that you have received from this form. So here, as you can see, we have one inquiry that we have received over here. Now, if you want, you can click on this option. You can click on this pencil button. You can first of all make call to this number, or you can contact them through email. And after that, whatever response you get, after that, you can enter those notes, those response under note. And if you get another follow-up date, you can enter that follow-up date over here. And this is how this thing works. So professionally, everything is systematic working over here. Then after that we have some more option. We have the registration option. So students can come on your website and they can register from the front end, entering all the basic details. I'll show you this thing also later on. Now let me first show you one thing, what parents will see, what kind of dashboard parents will get, and what all features parents or students will get. So let me first do one thing. Let me log out from this admin account and let me log in from parents account. Okay, so as you can see, I have successfully logged out from the admin account. Now let me log in as a parent. So if a parent wants to log in, they can simply click on this link, log in to dashboard. They can enter the username and password that they will get from the school. And once they enter the username and password, they can click on login. Now here, as you can see, the moment they log in, they will see that there is one notice on the notice board. So this notice can be put up by the school administrator also can be from any specific subject teacher. So this student or this parent can click on this link and they can read the notice, and they can also see all the details related to their child. For example, name of the children or name of the child or student, enrollment number, session, class, division, roll number, everything. And they can also print out the ID card. So if they lost the ID card or if something happens to the ID card, they can print that from here by clicking on this link, print link, and this will print the ID card for them. Then they have all the other information. For example, if they want to see whether the child was present or absent on any particular day, they can click on attendance and they can check the attendance of their child. For example, here as you can see, for July attendance, how many days present, how many days absent, they can see this thing. They can also send a leave request from the dashboard, from this dashboard. As you can see, they can send this leave request, and this leave request will be sent to the class teacher, whoever the class teacher is for this student. It will automatically reach the class teacher, and that class teacher can accept or reject the leave request. Then after that, they can also download these certificates. They can check exam results. So if there was any exams conducted recently, they can check that result. For example, here as you can see, unit test 1 was conducted between this date, and they can now click on this view link and they can check the result of this unit test. So 2 subjects were there, how many marks obtained, what is the grade, everything is done automatically over here. Then they can also check exam timetable. They can check the admit card for the exam. They can check all the books issued. So if the child has taken any book from the library, the parent can see what all book this child has taken from the library. For example, here as you can see, this child has taken or this student has taken this or borrowed this book from library on this date, and this is the return date. This student has not yet returned the book. So all this information can be seen by the student or by the parent. Then we also have the live classes option. A parent or a student can click on this live classes option, and if there is any live class going on, they can simply click on this link, this join link, and they can join the Zoom link or the Zoom app, and they can join the live class. They can also see the timetable, class timetable. If they have lost the timetable or anything like that happens, they can see the timetable from here. Now I have not yet completed the timetable, but as you can see, this is how it works. Monday first period is English from 7 AM to 7:30 AM in room number 1. This is the teacher, then Hindi, then English. All the subjects are given. So once you complete this timetable, this will look really nice and formatted. Now this parent can also see all the upcoming events by simply clicking on this events link. There is no event right now. They can see homework, they can see any study material, payment history, fee invoices, everything can be seen from here. So as you can see, this is really amazing feature. Now let me do one thing. Let me log out from here, and now let me again log in as an administrator, and let me show you the back end of this website. This was all front end. So let me log in as an administrator of this school. So as an administrator of this school, first of all, there are several departments. So we have divided all the departments. For example, we have the academic department, which will be your teachers. Then we have the administrator department, which will look after day-to-day of the school. We have the accounting department, which will look after fees, expenses, invoices, income, everything. Then we also have a different examination department. We have a different library department, and we also have a different transport department. So as an admin, you have access to all these departments, but if you want, you can do one thing. You can assign separate departments to different people. For example, this is the transport department. You as an admin, you don't want to look after the transport department. There will be a person who will be looking after the transport department, like how many buses are going. So here you can see how many buses are running in your school and which student goes by which bus. You can see that as well, and you can also see which driver is running which bus, and you can have the driver name, you can have the driver phone number. So if a parent want to contact the driver, or if a school wants to contact the driver, you can do all these things. For example, if you click on transport, let me show you this thing. Here, as you can see what all vehicles are available in your school, or what all vehicles run in your school. So this is the vehicle number, this is the vehicle model number, this is the driver name, driver phone number, and who is, if there is any teacher in charge of this bus, over here it will display the teacher name as well. And if you click on this pencil button, you can also see how many students and which all specific students go by this bus. So everything is totally systematic over here. Now, as I said you earlier, you can also create a separate account for the transport guy. Let me show you. This is the admin. You see all the options over here. If I again log out and log in as the transport guy, let me show you this dashboard. So this transport person will now enter the username and password that they got from the school, and they can click on login. And now, as you can see, this person has only this option, only the transport option, and this person can manage only transport, only vehicles, and all the routes. They can see what all routes these buses are running on. They can see all this information. Similarly, you can create a different account for librarian. Let me show you that very quickly as well. So here, as you can see, when I log in as a librarian, I can see only one option over here, library option. Now the librarian can see which all books are present in the library. For example, as you can see, now right now I've just created only one book, but whenever you have multiple books, hundreds and thousands and lakhs of different books, you can see all the books over here. What is the author, how many copies of that book is available, and also that book is available in which rack number. So for example, this is a book. If you want to find this book, you can see that this book is available in this rack number. So you can simply go to that rack and you can find this book. Now this librarian can also issue library cards for different students by going on to this option, library cards. Now here, as you can see, one library card has already been issued to this student, and if you want, you can see the library card, and you can also print this library card. And as you can see, this is how it looks like. And if a student comes and if they want any book from the library, first they will have to get the library card. This librarian will issue a library card for that person or for that student, and after that they will simply click on this issue book. Then they will select which student from which class is taking this book. So I'm selecting first A, and some student from here, for example, Andrew Smith. And after that, how many quantity and when is this book issued, and when is this book going to return to the library. You can select all this option and click on issue book. Now this book will be issued to this student, and this information will be saved in the database. And similarly, let me again log out. Teachers can also log in and they can see all the different information like that. But I think the introduction, this is just the introduction of the website. The introduction itself is getting pretty huge, pretty long. So I don't want to make this video very long. So I think I'll cut this introduction over here. Just few more things just to make you understand about this website. We have the accounting department over here. You can click on accounting. You can accept fees. You can manage fees, income, invoice, expense, everything from here. And as I said earlier, you can create a different account for accounting department as well. Then you have the examination thing. So you can manage examinations, you can manage, you can publish, and you can, issue admit cards to different students. You can also publish exam results from the back end. And you also have the academic option. So you can create timetables, you can take attendance, you can check study material, notice board, everything can be seen from here. Alright guys, so let me do one thing. Let me just stop over here because this is getting pretty long, pretty lengthy. So I don't want to stretch this introduction very long. So I hope now you guys have a better idea about the website that we will be creating in this video. So if you like the demo website, if you want to create the exact same website, make sure you watch the complete tutorial. And before we proceed further, before we start creating this website, make sure you guys subscribe to my channel and also click on the bell icon so that you don't miss any future notifications. And if you find this video helpful, give a thumbs up to this video, share it with your friends on Facebook, Twitter, WhatsApp, whatever social media platform you use. And throughout the video, if you have any doubts, any comments, any suggestions for me, you can always leave them in the comments section below. Alright guys, now let's start creating this amazing website. Alright guys, now to create any kind of website, whether it's a school management website, an e-commerce website, a blog, a business website, membership website, any kind of website, we need two basic things: a domain name and a hosting account. A domain name is simply the name or the URL of your website. For example, blogdut.com, nayyar.com, youtube.com, google.com, all these things are different domain names. So we also have to register a domain name on the internet so that whenever someone wants to visit your website, they can simply enter the domain name in the browser URL bar and they can land on your website. Now the second and the most important thing is a hosting account. Now hosting is basically a computer wherein your entire website is saved. So if you see this entire website, all the different pages, all this system, all the different posts, student database, everything is saved in a computer, and that computer is running 24/7 so that whenever someone visits your website from any particular country at any given time, they can always see your website live. So your website is always up and running. Now hosting is the most important thing about your website because everything related to your website is directly dependent on your hosting. For example, your website speed, your website's performance, the user experience on your website, the security of your website, everything is totally and directly dependent on your hosting. If you have selected a good and reliable hosting, your website speed and performance will be amazing. You will also have a better security, so you don't have to worry about the security of your website. And in contrast, if you select a cheap hosting, your website speed will be really bad. You might have seen that whenever you visit some website, it takes a lot of time for that website to completely load. So that is because that website is using a very cheap hosting. Now, according to Google, if your website takes more than 3 seconds to completely load the page, there are very high chances that the user or the person visiting your website will cut your website and they will go to some other website. So it is very important to have a good and reliable hosting. Now there are literally thousands of different hosting providers in the market, but unfortunately only few of them are really good. Most of them are just crappy hostings. But you don't have to worry about that. You can simply open a new tab and type in blogdut.com/SG. SG stands for SiteGround, and this link is also given in the video description below. So you don't even have to type in this thing. Simply click on that link and you should be redirected to this page. Now here, as you can see, we are using SiteGround. Now first of all, why are we using SiteGround? Because I myself said just a few moments ago that there are literally thousands of different hosting providers available. So out of all these, why are we choosing SiteGround? So the reason I'm choosing and the reason I'm recommending you guys SiteGround is based on my experience. I'm creating these YouTube tutorials for more than 5-6 years on YouTube. Now because of this, I've tried many different hosting providers. Now I remember the first ever website that I created was using HostGator. Then I moved on to some other hosting, then some other hosting, and ultimately I'm using SiteGround. And because I create these YouTube tutorials, I get hostings for free. So in this process, I've tried many different hosting providers. I've tried HostGator, A2 hosting, TMD hosting, Bluehost, GoDaddy, SiteGround, many different hosting providers. And in my experience, SiteGround is the best hosting provider in terms of speed, in terms of performance, in terms of reliability, in terms of security, and also in terms of support. And these are the most important thing that you should see in any hosting provider. And even my personal websites are also hosted on SiteGround. My main website, my main source of income, blogdut.com, is hosted on SiteGround. And other websites that I own like nayyar.com, fahm.in, all these websites are hosted on SiteGround. So obviously I'm recommending you SiteGround because I personally use it and I have experience with this thing. Now here, as you can see, there are 3 different plans: Startup, Grow Big, and Go Geek. Now for most of you guys, I would just recommend you to just select the Startup plan. Click on this Get Plan button and proceed further. But if you want to understand the difference between these 3 plans, you can watch for a few more minutes because right now I'm going to explain you about the difference between these 3 plans. And in fact, I'm going to explain you about all the different features that you will be getting with this plan. So here, as you can see, 3 different plans are available: Startup, Grow Big, and Go Geek. Now the main difference over here is how many websites you can create with this plan. So if you select this startup plan, you can create one website, which means that you can create this entire website with unlimited pages, have a very huge, very great website. You won't have any problem with that. But the only limitation is that you can create only one website. And in future, if you want to create more websites, more than one website, you have to either, upgrade your website, you have to either upgrade your plan from Startup to Grow Big plan, or you can purchase a new hosting plan. Whereas with Grow Big and Go Geek plan, you can create unlimited websites, which means that today you're creating this website, tomorrow maybe if you want to create another website, another maybe an e-commerce website, a membership website, any kind of website, you can create unlimited website with this single plan. So in simple words, you just purchase this hosting plan once, and for all your future websites, you don't have to purchase this plan again, or you don't have to purchase any hosting again. You can host all your websites in one single plan. Now the second thing that you get over here is how much web space. So for example, in starter plan you're getting 10 GB, in Grow Geek you're getting 20, and in Go Geek you're getting 40 GB of web space. Now let me explain you how much web space do you guys actually need. So if you see this website, this school website that I've created, including the front end and also including the back end, this entire website is not more than 200 MBs. So technically speaking, if you select Grow Big plan, you can create more than 100 websites like this one. And even if your website gets really huge, for example, if you have created this website and if you are managing more than 100 different schools, and if you have more than lakhs of different students, still your website size will not be more than 4 or 5 GB. So you don't have to worry about this space at all. And most importantly, this web space that these guys are using, this is the SSD space. Now, most of the hosting provider, they use the HDD space or HDD plan to host your website. But when your website is hosted on HDD server, your website speed really sucks. It will take a lot of time for your website to completely load. And even if a person goes to your website and clicks on some other link, for example, fee submission or any other link, about page or contact page, it will take a lot of time to load that entire page. So that is really, really bad. But here at SiteGround, these guys are using SSD plan, and that too, these guys are using the fastest, most reliable SSD plan with Google Cloud servers. So if you scroll down a little bit, you will see this option over here, ultra fast site. If you click on find out more, you can see these guys are using Google Cloud with SSD storage. So this makes your website ultra fast. So that is very, very important. Then if you see the third option over here, this is just to give an idea about which plan is better for what kind of website. For startup is better for those websites getting around 10,000, Grow Big 25,000, and Go Geek is better for those websites that are getting around 100,000 monthly visitors. Now many people get confused over here. They think that for example, if they select the Grow Big plan and if their website is getting more than 25,000, probably 30-40,000 monthly visitors, they think that they will have to upgrade their plan. But that is not the case. Even if your website is getting more than 50-60,000 monthly visitors, Grow Big plan can easily handle your website. This is just to give you an idea about which plan is better for what kind of website. Now there are many more features available over here. Unmetered traffic, free SSL certificate. SSL will make your website more secure. You get free daily backup. So even if something happens to your website, you have the free daily backup. You can easily restore your website. And for security, you also have CDN that will make your website more secure. And if you again scroll down at the bottom, you will see this option, top-notch security. If you click on find out more, you'll see that these guys are using artificial intelligence for the security of your website to make your website more secure. So this is really important because WordPress websites get hacked a lot. But here, if your website is hosted on SiteGround, very difficult for anyone to attack or host your website. Now there are many more features, you can read them by yourself, but I would not go into detail with that because it will take a lot of time. Now here, as you can see, 3 different plans are available. As I said you earlier, for most of you guys, I would recommend you to just select the starter plan and start with this starter plan. In future, if you want to create more than one website, you can anytime upgrade your plan to Grow Big plan. But if you have some extra budget and if you have this much money to spend, you can start with the Grow Big plan. So whatever plan if you want to select that plan and click on this Get Plan button. I'm selecting the starter plan. Now you will be redirected to this page, and here you have to register a new domain name. So whatever domain name you want to register, just type in that domain name over here. And after that, you can select any domain name extension. So you have .com, .net. So if you don't get .com or .net, you can select some country specific domain name. For example, .in for India, .nz for New Zealand. And you can also select some generic domain name extensions as well. For example, .online, .blog, .shop. I think there is some .school. .school is not present, but here as you can see, there are so many different domain name extensions available. We have .education over here. So whatever domain name you want, simply type in that domain name, and whatever domain name extension you want, select that extension and click on proceed. Now if you already selected a domain name for your website, you can type in or you can select this option, I already have a domain name. So if you already own a domain name and if you have registered that domain name outside SiteGround, for example, many people register domain names on GoDaddy and Namecheap type of website. So if you also have registered a website or a domain name probably on GoDaddy, you can enter that domain name over here and click on proceed. Now you will be redirected to this page, and here first of all you have to enter your account information. Now under your account information, you simply have to enter your email address and password. So enter your personal email address and choose any password for yourself. And obviously under confirm password, you have to type in the same password. Now this thing is really important. Whatever you enter under account information, this thing is very important because this will become your login credentials. So in future, whenever you want to log into your SiteGround account, you will have to enter your email address and password that you enter over here. So make sure you remember this thing, whatever you enter over here. Then after that, you have your client information. Here you have to enter your basic information, your country name, first name, last name, address, phone number, all this basic information. You can leave these two things, company name and tax ID, and proceed further. Then you have your payment information. So you have to enter your credit card, debit card, your ATM card number, your ATM card details over here. One thing to note that you just have to, there are only 3 types of cards accepted over here: Visa, MasterCard and American Express. So you must have one of these. Now most of the people in India have the RuPay card. So RuPay is a domestic card, so that is not accepted over here. So make sure you have a Visa or a MasterCard. Now again, if you scroll down, you will see your purchase information. Now remember one thing, under purchase information, you don't have to change anything. You just have to check everything. So under plan, we have selected starter plan. If you have selected Grow Big plan, you will see Grow Big over here. I have selected starter plan. Under data center location will be automatically selected for you based on your current location. Now because I'm from India, for me Asia data center location is selected. And after that, you'll see period. Make sure it is 12 months. Make sure you don't change this thing because this is the best deal that you will get. If you change this thing instead of 12 months, if you select anything extra, you'll have to pay extra money. So make sure you don't change this thing. Now scroll down at the bottom and tick mark these two things. And if you see over here, the total amount that you have to pay is just $84. Now, in my experience, in all the websites, in all the hosting providers that I've used, SiteGround is the #1 hosting provider. So for the #1 hosting provider, for one complete year of hosting, you're getting it for just $84. And that is really amazing. That is really great. And if you had selected, something like Grow Big plan, you would have to pay, I guess, around $120. And this is really amazing because if you see, and if you compare it with some other great hosting providers, they charge a lot of money. But here you're getting top-notch security and all best class support and services for such a small price. So that is really great. And once you tick mark these two things, simply click on Pay Now and make the payment. Now once you make the payment, you have to open a new tab and type in my.siteground.com. Now you will be redirected to this page, and here you have to enter the email address and password that you have just entered in your previous step under account information. So under account information, whatever email address and password you have typed in, type in the same email address and password over here and click on login. Now once you click on login, you will see this page, and here you have to click on this websites option. So click on websites. And here you will see your domain name. So whatever domain name you have registered, you will always see that domain name over here. So if you remember, we had selected this domain name, nayyar.com. So you'll see your domain name, and below your domain name, you'll see this button, Site Tools. Click on this button. Now here there can be two scenarios. First of all, the first scenario can be that you have just registered a new domain name with SiteGround. So that is really great because you don't have to do any extra steps. Now, second scenario is that you have already registered your domain name outside SiteGround. For example, on GoDaddy, on Namecheap or some other website, and you want to use that domain name with SiteGround. So if you fall under second scenario, first of all, go to that website where you have registered your domain name. So for example, if I have registered my domain name on GoDaddy, I can go to GoDaddy, sign into my account. And after that, once you sign into your account, you will see all the domain names you have registered with this account. So you will see all these domain names over here. Now, for example, for this tutorial, if I want to use maybe this domain name, TritonGifts.com with SiteGround, I can select this domain name, and besides every domain name, you will see this DNS button. Click on this button, DNS, which is domain name server, and you have to change your DNS from here. You will see some basic default domain name servers over here. Simply delete both of them. Now again, come back to your SiteGround account, scroll down, and you will see your own custom name server. So copy your name server number 1. paste it under line 1, copy your name server number 2 like this, and obviously paste it under line 2 and click on save. Now once you click on save, it can take up to 24 hours to propagate or to connect your website with SiteGround. Now by that time you can do few more things. So by the time your domain name is getting connected with SiteGround, you can do few things related to your website. So you can install SSL certificate. So to do that, you will see this security option. Click on that and select SSL manager. Now what is this SSL certificate? So if you see my demo website, you will see this logpad over here. If you click on that logpad, it says connection is secure, which is very important. If you don't have a secure connection whenever someone visits your website, in fact, nowadays, if you don't have a secure connection, if you don't have SSL certificate installed on your website, anyone who will try to visit your website, Google Chrome will give them a big red notice or a caution that this website is not secure. Please close this tab and go to some other website. So that is obviously not good for your website. And also with that, if you don't have SSL certificate installed on your domain name, you cannot accept online payments, or you cannot even have forms on your website. So no one will be able to fill in any form on your website if SSL is not present. So we have to install SSL certificate over here. Now, most of the times SiteGround will automatically install SSL on your domain name. So before you proceed with this thing, first check this list. So you'll see this list over here. If you see your domain name in this list, and besides your domain name, if it says active, it simply means that SSL is already activated, installed and activated on this domain. For example, in this website, I'm going to use this demo. I'm going to use this domain name school2.nayyar.com, and you can see SSL is already activated on this domain name. But if you don't see your domain name at the bottom, simply select your domain name from this list. So I'll select this domain name school2.nayyar.com, and from select SSL, select this option let's encrypt and click on get. Now once you click on get, within 2 minutes SSL will be successfully installed on your domain name. Now once your domain name becomes secure, now you can install WordPress on that domain. So to do that, from the left hand side, click on WordPress, select install and manage. And here again, just like domain name, just like SSL certificate, WordPress is also installed automatically on your domain name by SiteGround. So first of all, just check this list at the bottom. If you see your domain name at the bottom, it simply means that WordPress is automatically or already present on that domain. So you can simply see this option, see this icon over here at the right hand side, which says login to admin panel. So simply click on that button if you already see your domain name at the bottom. And if you don't see your domain name at the bottom, come at the top, select WordPress, and from this list, select your domain name. I'm selecting school2.nayyar.com. Now leave the installation path, just leave it as it is. Leave language, and if this thing is tick mark for you, WordPress starter, untick this thing. So basically remove this tick. This is basically a plugin. We don't need this plugin. Then after that, you have to enter username and password for your website. So whatever username you want to type, whatever username you want to select, simply type in that username. Also type your password for yourself and enter your personal email address. So let me do that very quickly. Now this thing is also very important. Whatever username and password you type in over here, you have to remember this thing as well, because this is the username and password for your WordPress dashboard. So whenever you want to log into your WordPress website, whenever you want to log into the backend, this is your dashboard, this is the backend. Whenever you want to come to this page, you have to enter this username and password. So make sure you remember this thing as well. Now again, just go ahead and click on this install button. And this is a pretty small process. So as you can see, WordPress has started installing on your domain name. Very small process, hardly takes around 10 to 12 seconds. So let's wait. Alright guys, now as you can see, WordPress is successfully installed on your domain name, and now you get this message. Now you will see your domain name. Now as you can see, I can see my domain name at the bottom, school2.nayyar.com. And besides your domain name, you'll see this link, login to admin panel. Click on this link, and this will open your dashboard in a new tab. So this is how it will look like. Now dashboard, this page, this is the dashboard page. This page is the most important page of your website, because from this page you will be controlling and managing your website. So whether you want to change the style of your website, whether you want to add some feature functionality, managing your teachers, managing students, everything will be done from the dashboard. And whenever you want to come to your dashboard, you simply have to enter your website name, and after that put a /wp-admin, and you will land on this page, your dashboard. And whenever you install your WordPress on a new domain name, there are a few basic things that you have to understand, and there are a few basic settings that we have to do. So let's first do that. Now, first of all, from the left hand side, you will see your dashboard option. This is your dashboard. Then after that, you will see your post option. So here from this post option, you can create posts, you can create blogs. So you might have seen bloggers where they create their blog from this place. You can come to post, click on add new, and you can create different posts. And obviously later on, you can manage your post as well. Then you have the media option. So whatever images, photos, videos, whatever you upload on your website, you will see those things over here in the backend under media option. So you can come to this option, you can come to this page and manage your media. Then after that, you have the pages option, obviously, which will be used to create new pages and also to manage existing pages. Then you have the comment option. So whenever someone posts any comment on any post or any page, you will see those comments over here. If that is a good and decent comment, you can approve that, or if you can unapprove that, you can mark that spam, or you can even delete that comment. Then after that, you have a very important option, appearance option. Now appearance is basically the style or the, let me just show you. If I open my website, the website that I've just created, if I open this website in a new tab, this is how the website will look like. And this design, this appearance of the website is because of this theme, 2020 theme. So if I do one thing, if I activate some other theme, so maybe let's activate this theme, 2017 theme. If I click on this activate button, and if I again come back to my website and refresh it, now as you can see, the style, the appearance, the design of the website is completely changed. And that is what a theme does. So a theme will completely change the style and appearance of your website. Now you should remember one thing, you should always have only one theme installed and activated over here. So for all the extra themes, you can just delete them so that you don't have any extra space on your web server. Alright, now later on we'll be using some other free theme to make your website beautiful like this one. So I'll show you everything in complete detail, don't worry about that. Now from the left hand side, you'll see plugins, click on that option. And here you should see one plugin is already installed and activated for you, SG Optimizer. And this is a very, very important plugin because this plugin optimizes your website. This plugin makes your website even more faster. It improves the performance and user experience of your website. But this plugin is available only for SiteGround users. So if you're not using SiteGround, you might not see this plugin. Now, what is a plugin? A plugin is basically a software or an add-on that will add all the extra features and functionalities to your website. For example, right now by default, we don't have any feature related to school management, but later on we'll be using a plugin, and that plugin will add all these features, SM school management, student management, admin management, accounting, everything. So that is all these things, all these extra features will be added by some plugin. So that is what a plugin does. It will add extra features and functionalities to your WordPress website. Then after that, you'll see settings, click on settings. Now, first of all, you have to give your website a title. So if you're creating this website for a school, just enter the name of the school under title. Under tagline, you can describe your website, or you can describe that school in few words. Or if that school has a tagline, you can enter that tagline over here. Then you will see WordPress address and site address. Now, right now, if you see over here, if you click on this, here it says not secure. Your connection to this site is not secure. If you remember, we had installed SSL certificate, but still it says not secure. And that is because of this option, because of this protocol. Here it says HTTP. So make it HTTPS both at top and bottom. So make sure both at top and bottom it is HTTPS. This will make your website secure. Then scroll down and make sure under admin email address you have your personal email address. Then after that, tick mark this thing under membership. Anyone can register. If you don't tick mark this thing, no one will be able to come to your website and register. So no one will be able to create an account for teacher or for students. So make sure you tick mark this thing. Then after that, you can select the time zone. So because I'm from India, I'll select Kolkata time zone, which is followed in India. And after that, click on save changes. Now, once you do that, you will be logged out because you have changed the protocol. You have to log in again. And now, as you can see, this website is 100% secure. If you click on this, it says connection is secure. Now under settings, click on permalinks. And here, make sure post name is selected. If you see some other thing selected like this, simply select post name and click on save changes. Now again, come back to your dashboard. Now, once you come back to your dashboard, you will see these extra not so useful widgets on this dashboard. So you can just get rid of all these options. You can click on screen option over here at top and you can untick everything from here. Alright guys, so with this, all the basic settings related to your website is now completed. Alright guys, now let's do one thing. Let's first install all the theme and plugins that we need to create this website, and after that we can see the settings related to that. So let's first add a theme that will change the design of this website, and let's add some plugins that will add all these features that you see: accounting, administrator, school management, student management, all this feature. So to add a new theme, most of the things that we are going to use are free. Only one thing is premium. So first of all, we want a theme that is a free theme. So click on appearance and click on add new, this button, add new button. And under search theme, you have to just search for Ocean WP. Simply type in Ocean WP over here. You will see this theme, Ocean WP theme. Click on install. This will install this theme. So this is an amazing free theme with some really premium features. Now, once this theme is installed, click on this activate button. Now whenever you install any theme or any plugins, they will always recommend you few extra themes and plugins. Obviously we don't need them, so you can simply click on this link, dismiss this notice, and after that, once you have this theme, you can also now get rid of this 2017 theme, because as I said you earlier, make sure you always have one theme installed and activated only. Now let's install few plugins. So from the left hand side, hover over plugins, click on add new. Now first of all, you have to search for a plugin named Ocean WP again. Now this theme has a very important plugin which is also a free plugin, so we have to install that. Here it is, Ocean Extra. Click on install now. This will install this plugin. Then after that, we have to install a contact plugin. So if you see the contact form, I couldn't show you how the contact page, about page, all this looks like, because because the introduction was getting pretty longer. So we have created this contact form over here. So to create this form, we need a plugin. So under search plugins, search for contact. You will see contact form 7. The first result, contact form 7. Install this plugin as well. Now once this plugin is installed, you can now search for Envato. Now this is an amazing plugin. I'll explain you about this plugin later on. Very good plugin. So you'll see this option over here, Envato Elements, Photos and Elementor Templates by Envato. Make sure you install this thing. And after that, we want Elements Kit. So just type in this thing that you see on his screen, Elements Kit. And once you type in this thing, you will get this plugin, Elements Kit Elementor Add-ons by WPNet. Now make sure to install this plugin as well. Now once you install these plugins, click on plugins. You'll see all your plugins are here installed. Now before we activate these plugins, because we also have to activate these plugins, we haven't done that. We have just installed these plugins. Now before we activate them, we need 2 more plugins, but for that we have to go outside our website. So first of all, let's install a plugin that will design the website. So plugin related to website designing. So this home page, all the other pages, these pages are designed by a plugin called Elementor. So to download this plugin, simply open a new tab and type in blogdoot.com/Elementor. Again, this link is also given in the video description below. So you don't even have to type in that thing. Simply click on that link. You should be redirected to this page. Now Elementor is the #1 page builder available. In fact, it is one of the most important, most popular page builders and also most popular plugins in the WordPress community. Now this is available in the free version and also in premium version. Now if you have some extra dollars to spare, I would highly recommend you to just select any premium version. If you want for 1 website, for 3 websites, for 100,000 websites, 1,000 websites, especially for website developers, freelancers, whatever type of thing you want, I would recommend you to select any one of these plans. Now we will be using a free plugin, free version of this plugin, but I'm just saying that you have some extra money, you can just go with the premium version, which is highly recommended. Now we want a free version, so you'll see this get started button over here at the top corner in the menu bar at the right hand side. Now if you see get started, download, whatever button you see, this green button, simply click on this button. Now they will first ask you to sign up on Elementor. So basically to sign up, you just have to enter your email address and you just have to choose a password and you will be signed up. Then they are asking you whether you already have a website or not. So yes, we do have a website. So select this option. Yes, I do. Click on continue. Now they will ask you to enter your website name or your website URL. So enter your website URL over here, click on check for WordPress, and obviously they'll check whether WordPress is installed on your domain. Now once they check this thing, simply click on this button, click to install. Now you'll see this page, and here at the bottom right corner, you'll see Install Now button. Click on that button. And this will automatically install the latest version of Elementor. And you will be redirected to this page. Now if you want, you can simply click on Activate Plugin, and this plugin will be activated for you. Once you activate this plugin, you'll get this page. Now let's cut this page. In fact, let me just come back. Again, if you click on Plugins, you'll see Elementor is activated, SEO Optimizer is activated. Now let's activate these plugins as well. So instead of activating them one by one, we can simply tick mark over here. This will select everything. Now under bulk action, we can select Activate and click on Apply. So this will activate all these plugins at once. Now, as I said earlier, whenever you install and activate any plugin or theme, you will always get these notices. So just dismiss these notices from here. Now you will see these widgets. Again, these widgets are also not really important on the dashboard. So click on Screen Options and tick mark these two as well. Now still we don't have any option related to school management, because for that we have to install a new plugin. So again, open a new tab and type in blogdoot.com/school. Now again, this thing, you don't have to type in this thing. Simply click on that link which is given in the video description. So this link, blogdoot.com/school, this link is also given in the video description. Click on that, you will be redirected to this page. So this is the plugin that we want to use. And as you can see, this will create account for student, parents, receptionist, librarian, admin, everything is present for you. All the features. So if you scroll down, you can see all the features related to this plugin. So we need this plugin and you have to purchase this plugin. So this is very cheap, only $35, and this is one-time payment. Now this price may go up or down in future. That is not really sure. But right now when I'm recording this video, as you can see, this is available for just $35. Now the great thing over here is that this is one-time payment. Most of the times it happens that you have to make the payment every single year to keep using the plugin. But here that is not the case. You just pay this $35 once, and after that you can have this plugin forever, for lifetime. So that is really amazing. And also with this plugin, you get 6 months of support from the plugin developer. So if you have any problem with the plugin, you can contact these guys. You can go to comments or you can go to support section. You can contact them and they will help you out. So you have to purchase this plugin. Simply click on buy now and make the purchase. Once you purchase this plugin, you will see your username over here at the right corner, top right corner. Hover over that and click on downloads. Now as you can see, I have already purchased this plugin. You see this plugin over here, and besides that you will see download button. Click on download and click on first link, all files and documentation. Now once you click on that link, you will see a new file will start downloading for you. I'll cancel this thing because I already have this file. Now cut this thing. Now let me first show you the file that you have just downloaded. So that file would look something like this. So this will be a zip file. Now what you have to do is, first of all, you have to unzip this file, extract this file. So right click on this and you will see extract files. Click on extract files and this will create a new folder by the same name. So as you can see, this file name and this folder name is same. So open this folder. In this you will see some more folders, and here you will see this plugin, school management, whatever the latest version is. And this file, this inner zip file, this is the file that you have to upload on your website. So let me show you how you can do that. Again, come back to your dashboard, click on plugins. Now make sure you dismiss all these notices. Now click on add new. Now instead of searching for a file like this, you just have to click on this button, upload plugin, choose file and choose this file which was under this folder under school management. This is the one, school management, whatever version it is. Select this file, click on open and click on install now. You can see the installation progress at the bottom left corner of your screen. Alright, so once this plugin is successfully installed, you will get this button, activate plugin. Click on activate plugin. And now as you can see, this plugin is activated. So you will see a new option over here, school management. Click on that option. Now first of all, to use this plugin, you will have to enter the purchase code. So to get the purchase code, come back over here and again go back to the plugin file. So blogdoot.com/school. You will come back to this file and here you have to click on support. Click on support. Now when you scroll down, you will see your purchase code. So as you can see over here at the bottom, simply copy the purchase code from here, come back to your website, paste in your purchase code and click on activate. Now here it will say congratulations, school management plugin is activated. And once it is activated, if you want, you can go back to dashboard. You'll see some more options. Now here, as you can see, you have all the options: school management, SM school, academic, student, administrator. All the options are now present for you. So now let's do all the settings related to this main plugin, school management plugin. Now first of all, what I'll be doing in this video is, first I'll show you all the settings, all the technical things, all the settings related to plugin, how to create a school, how to manage students, and at the end of the video we'll see the designing thing, how you can design this page, how you can create this page and all. Okay, so first let's see the management thing. Now first of all, you have to create schools. So to create that, you will see this option, school management. Click on this, and here one school will be automatically created, default school. Now you can go to this option under school management. You will see schools, which is over here. Click on this schools, and here once default school, as you can see, is created. If you want to create a new school, click on add new button. Click on this add new button that you see over here. Now I would recommend you to do one thing. For the first school, just make changes to the default school, because we don't want this default school to be always present. So instead of this, we can change the detail. So click on this pencil button besides this default school and enter the name of this school. So in this case, I'll enter my school name. So this is the school from which I've graduated or whatever, and you can enter school phone number. So I'll just enter some random number over here, and also school email address. So again, I'll just type in something over here, okay, for email address. Then you can enter the school address. So whatever address it is, enter that address over here. Then after that, make sure under status it is active. Now enrollment prefix, I would recommend you to just leave these things and just click on update school, or if you have clicked on add new school, just click on add new school. Now again, if you click on dashboard, or if you click on school management, here as you can see, one school is selected, Our Lady of Good Counsel. Now once this school is selected, you can now click on school, SM school. Now once you click on SM school, you will see all the details related to this school. As you can see, right now we have 0 classes, 0 sections, 0 students, everything is blank. So let's start with first adding classes and sections. So classes is obviously, class 1, class 2, class 3, class 4, and section is class 1A, 1B. Obviously these things are not needed to be explained, but I just want to make sure that you guys understand what we are doing. So classes and sections, these two are the first things that we want to create. So you will see this button over here, assign classes. Click on assign classes. So here you'll see these classes are already created for you from class 1 to 10. You just have to assign them. For example, this school, Our Lady of Good Counsel, maybe this school has class 1 to 4. So this is a primary school maybe. So I can select 1 to 4 from here. I can click on 1. If you want, you can press Ctrl on your keyboard so that you can select multiple options. So I'll select 1, 2, 3 and 4. So class 1st to 4th. Now once you select this option, click on assign classes. Now as you can see, these 4 classes are now created. Now these 4 classes are just single classes. We don't have any sections. So let's see how we can create sections. For example, class 1A, 1B, 1C, similarly class 4A, 4B, 4C, those kind of sections. So to create sections, you will see this option SM Academic, and under that you will see sections. Click on class sections. Now here as you can see, class 1 to 4 is given over here. Let's start with class 1. So I'll select class 1, click on manage. Now only one section is created, which is A, which is obviously default. Now if you want to create a new section, just click on this option. First of all, give it a name. I'll give it a name of B and click on add new section. Now as you can see, this is also created. I'll add another section C, click on add new section. So probably class 1 is divided into 3 sections. Again, I can come back to class sections. Now I can select class 2. And similarly, I can go to, add section B, section C. So similarly, you can add all the different sections for different classes. So as you can see, for 1, we have added 3 sections. For class 2, we have added 2 sections. Now, once we have created these sections, now let's create accounts for teachers and let's assign, class teachers for these different classes and these different sections. Now to create an account for teacher, first we have to create a role. So let me explain you what that role is. So to create a new role, you will see this option over here, SM admin. So you will see over here. So, roles can be created by the administrator. So we'll select this option, SM admin, and here you will see roles. Click on roles. Now by default, there are no roles available. So let's create a new role of teacher. And then after that, we can create all the different teachers and we can give them that role. So I'll click on this option, add new role, and under role, I'll give it a title of teacher. Now we have to manage permissions. So what all things teacher can do. So teacher they cannot manage inquiries and admission. These things will be managed by administrator, the receptionist, or the admin of the office. They can manage students. They cannot delete students. They can promote students. They can manage certificates. They can manage class and sections, and then after they can manage timetable. So they can, if they want, they can create timetable, manage subjects. Most importantly, make sure this thing is 100% tick mark. They can manage, or they have to manage, student attendance, student leave, and not staff leave and staff attendance. That is up to administrator or receptionist. They can manage student study material, homework, live classes, not library. Library is for librarian. Transport is for the transport guy. They can manage the notice board, so they can add some new notice to the notice board so that those notices can be read by the parents. If you want, you can also enable them to manage events if you want your teachers to be able to create different events. Obviously, they can manage exams. They cannot manage expenses. That is for accountant. And for income invoices, all these things will be managed by accountant. So I think this is it. Yeah, this is it for teacher. You can select this option and click on add new role. Now we have created one role. If you again go back to roles, you'll see you have created one role, teacher role. Now you have to create all this staff and you can assign them this role. So let's click on staff list, which is under SM administrator. You'll see staff list. Now let's click create a new staff. So click on add new staff. Now instead of giving a real name, I'll just name it teacher 1. Okay, so this is the name of the teacher. Male or female you can select. So mostly it is female, so I'll select female. Birth date of that teacher, so maybe let's select 1980 June 12, whatever date. Address of that teacher, so that you have everything in your database. So whenever something happens, or in case of any emergency, you have the address, phone number, email address, everything related to that teacher. So you can address the you can enter the personal address of the teacher. You can enter the mobile number of that teacher. Then after that, you can enter the email address of the teacher. So let me create a very dummy email over here, teacher1@gmail.com. Then after that, when did this teacher join? So probably she joined, let's see, maybe in 2010. So I'll select 2010, maybe May of 10th. Okay. And role, you have to select this teacher role. So when you give her, or when you give this person a role, if you remember, when you scroll down, they will have all these permissions. So they can manage homework, they can manage exams, so they can manage all these things. You can enter the salary. So for example, she's getting maybe 1 lakh salary per month. And designation, if she or he is a class teacher, you can maybe give designation as class teacher. Basically here under designation, you should type something like, if it is an assistant teacher or supervisor or any kind of that, you can add those things as designation. If she's a class teacher, for which class, you can select that. So probably she's a class teacher for class 1A, so you can select this option. And if you have made this teacher bus in charge for some bus, you can select that option. Now, because we haven't created any buses, any vehicles, any routes, we cannot do that. So later on, later on in this video, I'll show you how to create that. So once you have created a route or a bus, and if this teacher is probably the, in charge of that bus, you can select yes, and you can select that bus number over here. Now for some specific teachers, so this is a teacher, she has all these permissions. And for some specific teachers, you can also add or subtract these permissions. You cannot subtract these permissions, but if you want to give a specific teacher some extra permissions, you can do that as well. Okay, for example, send notifications should be added to teachers. And because she can send SMS notification if the person is, or if the child is absent or anything like that. Now for login detail, you should always select new user. And you can enter username for that teacher and email address and password for that teacher. And these details you have to give it to that teacher, so that this teacher, whoever that teacher is, they can enter this login details and they can see their account on this website and they can manage everything. For example, if they want to give any notice, they can add a notice from this website. They can do everything. So I'll explain you about this later on, but make sure you create an username. You create username and account for this teacher over here. So I'll enter this email address. I'll enter some username. Then after that, I'll also add some password over here. And after that, click on add new staff. So this is how you can add a new staff. And similarly, now you can just go ahead, add as many teachers as you want. So if I click on view all, I'll see this teacher name, phone number, email address, salary, everything is given over here. Alright guys, now let me do one thing before I add students and I add everything like that. Let me first add few fee structures. So for example, before I start taking admissions, let me first create few fee structures. For example, the admission fee is this much, monthly fee is this much, so that once we add the admission of a new student, we have all those information in hand. So to add anything related to money, you will see all those information under accounting. So if you click on SM accounting, you will see this is the dashboard, and here we have this option fee types. Click on add new fee type, because right now if you click on view fee types, no fee types will be created. So to create a new fee type, click on this button, add new fee type, and let's start with admission fee. So I'll type in admission fee over here. Now period, whether this is one time fee, monthly fee, annual fee. So this is obviously one time fee, admission fee, and you can enter the amount. What is the admission fee? So probably this is 1 lakh rupees. Now everything right now is in dollars, but later on we'll change the currency. So I'm typing 1 lakh rupees as admission fee, one time fee. And after that, just click on add new fee type. Now let me create few monthly fee. So I'll add monthly fee as the title. And after that, this will be monthly, and under amount, probably monthly fee is 2,500. Click on add new fee type. Now I would also recommend you, if you want to enable, or if you have school transport system in your school, you can also create transport fee over here, so that you can charge this fee to whichever student who is using your transport system. Alright, so once we have the fee structure set over here, now you can accept admissions for students. So to do that, you'll see this option over here, SM student. So here it is, and first of all, let's just click on this and you will see this dashboard. Now if you want, you can click on view students, you can add a new student, or if you have a new admission coming in, for example, a child came and they want a new admission, you can click on this button, add new admission, and you can enter name of the child, all this detail. Or what you can do is you can tell the parent to go to your website. Later on we'll be creating these pages, we have not yet created. So once we create these pages, you can tell the parents, so go to our school website, click on registration and fill in this form. So once they fill in this form, you don't have to fill in this form, because once they fill in this form and click on submit, all these details will be automatically saved in your database. But if you want to fill in this form for the student, you can come over here, type in the student name. For example, it is student 1 for the student name. Gender of the student, date of birth of student. So nowadays it will be 2000 something, most of the students in school. You also have religion, caste option. I don't know whether these options are available in most of the countries, but in India we do have option for religion, caste. Blood group is compulsory, but religion, caste option is also present. So I'll enter under religion, I'll add Islam according to my religion. And Islam, because in our religion we don't have any caste system, which is amazing. I can just add no caste, or you can just add open caste, whatever you want. Alright, so blood group. All the blood groups are already created. You just have to select. For example, this student is O positive. You can select this option. Now enter the address of this student, or obviously the parent address, phone number of parent, and email address. So I'll just enter student 1 over here, or parent 1. So let's add parent1@gmail.com, just some dummy email address. Now city, state, all this information. Let me actually enter this information. Maharashtra. Country will be India. Now you have the ID option. So if you're selecting some government ID from the parent, for example, in India, Aadhaar card is the most common government ID. So you can select that ID. You can take a picture or scan that ID. You can upload that ID on your website, and you can enter that Aadhaar number, PAN number, whatever ID you have selected, enter that ID number over here. You can also add some extra notes and details if you want. Now admission date. For example, today is the date of the admission for class 1A. Now you can also enter admission number, probably it is this number. You can give this student a roll number if you want, and you can also upload picture for this student. Now there is a link again given in the video description below. If you click on that link, you can download all these images for free. So you can use these images to create the website. Probably I'll upload this image. Now parent detail. So father detail, probably father name is father 1. Father phone number, some random phone number. Occupation, probably business. Mother name, I'll just enter mother 1. Just to keep things very simple. Some random phone number. Occupation, probably homemaker. Now again, ID proof of parents. Now for login detail, again, you have to make sure you create a new user account. You can give them username and password. You have to enter the email address. Now here, login email address should be the parent's email address. Let me change this thing. So probably I'll just enter the login detail as student1@gmail.com. Now again, as I said earlier, you have to give this login detail to this parent so that they can log into your website and they can see all the detail related to their child. So when this child was present or absent, exam results, everything can be seen. Now I would not recommend you to create another separate account for parent. You can just give them this login detail. That would be great. Now if they have paid this money, for example, you're getting a new admission, and if they are paying admission fee over here, you can enter that fee, monthly fee also. Now you can also add some more fees. So if they are paying some more fees, for example, if they are paying fees for the entire year in advance, you can click on add new fee and you can enter that detail. And again, you can, if this person or if this child is opting for a transport with your school, you can enter that bus detail. But again, we have not yet created that thing. Now once you enter these details, just click on submit and this student will be added in your database. If you click on view students, you will see this option. This student is added over here. Class and section, roll number, everything is given. Now obviously adding a student like this will be pretty difficult. It will be pretty time consuming. So as I have recommended you earlier, you would it is best recommended that you should tell the parent to go to your website, go to registration page, and they can enter all this detail. So once they click on submit, you will have this thing ready-made created for you. You don't have to type in anything yourself. Or you can do another thing. You can click on this export file. Click on this export. This will export this Excel file. Now, right now we will have only one student information, obviously, as you can see, phone number and everything. But you can do one thing, because you have this detail, you can now enter student number 2, for example, over here. Let me do it very quickly. Student 2. Similarly, admission number can be entered over here. Now all this information can be entered over here, and once you enter this information, now you can first save this file. Now once this file is saved, you can now go to SM student dashboard, and here you can click on this option now, bulk admission, and now you can select that option, CSV file. The file you have just downloaded, open that file, and this will add all the details for you. So this will save you a lot of time, because you have all the information in this zip file or this Excel file. You just have to enter, or you just have to upload that file over here, and everything will be added for you. Or you can click on this button, export button. This file will be downloaded, and as you can see, all this information is given over here. You can just have to keep on adding all the information of the student. Then after that, you can upload that file just like this I have shown you, and this information will be added to your database. Okay guys, so till now we have seen pretty important things. For example, we have seen how you can create different teachers and how you can assign a teacher, some class, or you can make that teacher class teacher of any class you want. We have seen how you can add a new admission, and how you can add a new student, or how you can upload or download the bulk file. Now let's see how we can create different accounts for different people. For example, if you have accountant with your website, if you want to do accounting yourself, you don't have to create this account. But if you want there is a different person who is looking after the accounts, you can create an account for that person. And similarly for a librarian, if a person, obviously these things are given, that there is a librarian in your school, if it is a decent sized school, and that person, you can create a different account for that person, and that person will get only permission related to librarian. So they can only manage books, they can issue ID cards for library and those kind of things. So let's see how we can create these roles. So for this also, again, first we have to create a role. So under administrator, we have to click on roles. And let's create 2 roles now. Click on add new role. First, let's create a role for, basically let's create 3 roles. Let's create a role for accountant first. Click on accountant. Now you can give them all the permission that you want to give a permission to accountant. So they can view stats, expense, income. They can manage fee types. They can manage statistics related to fee structure. They can manage payments, delete payments, manage income. They can manage invoices. They can delete invoices, manage expenses. And let's see. I think this is it. Yeah, this is it. So they can manage these things, and click on add new role. Now this accountant role is added. Let's add another role, librarian. Now for this, let's see what all permission we want to give them. I just want to give this permission, manage library, just this permission, and that's it. Now again, click on add new role. Now let's create an account for the transport guy. So if, transport guy, if a person or if a teacher or if someone else is taking care of all this transport system, you can create an account for them, transport, and let's add this option. Let's give them permission to manage transport and click on add new role. So we have created 3 roles. Now let's create different staff for these roles. So click on staff list and let's create an account for the accountant. So whoever your accountant is, enter that accountant name. I'll just enter again, as I said you earlier, just to keep everything simple. I'll enter the name as accountant1. Gender, birth, date of birth, everything can be selected from here. And under role, I'll select accountant. Then no class, no need to select any class or anything. These things are already selected. Just click on new user, create an account for them. Let's name it accountant1. Enter the email address as accountant1@gmail.com. And let's give them some password over here and click on add new staff. And again, needless to say that you have to give this accountant this login details. Click on add new staff. Let's create another staff, this time for librarian. So I'll add librarian1. You can enter all these details, go to role, select librarian. And we have already given them this this option, this permission. Create a new user. I'll add librarian1. Login email address, I'll just create this dummy email address, some password. Click on add new staff. And finally, let's add the transport guy. So I'll just name him transport1. Change the role to transport guy. So scroll down. Let's create a new user. I'll name it username transport1. Under email address, I'll type in transport1@gmail.com and enter some password over here. Again, click on add new staff. So we have created these different staffs. Now let's create an account for admin. Now you will create an account for admin only if there are different, only if you're dealing with multiple schools. So here, if you again click on school management, we are dealing with only one school, Our Lady of Good Counsel. If you have more schools like school 1, school 2, school 3, you can create different admins for different schools. So this admin can manage only this school. Okay, so if you want to do that, let me show you how you can do that. So for that, you have this option, school management, and under that you have schools. Click on schools. Now whatever school you want, select that school, and under that school you can click on this assign admin. Click on assign admins and you can add a new admin over here. So I'll click on new user. Let's name it admin1. So similarly, I don't want to do this thing because I'm managing only one school over here, but if you can just name it, give them any name, username, email address and password, and click on assign admin. Now once you click on this, once you create this account for the admin, this person can manage this entire school and they will have all this information. Okay, but they will not be able to manage this entire website, only managing this school. In fact, let me just show you this thing. So I'll create admin1. Username will be admin1. Email address will be admin1@gmail.com. And some password. Now click on assign admin. And now as you can see, admin assigned successfully. If I click on schools, now here as you can see, one admin is assigned. If I click on this one, you will see the name of that admin. Now let's see how we can create different subjects and how we can create a timetable. So we have created schools, we have created sections, but there is no subject created for these sections or for this school. So to create different subjects and to create your timetables, you will see everything related to that under academic. So under SM academic, select subjects and let's add few subjects. So here click on add new subject. Let's add with the basic option English. Under subject code, I'll just type in ENG. What is the type? Subjective, objective, practical. You can select that subject type, and for which class you can select that option and click on add new subject. Now let's similarly go ahead and very quickly create few more subjects. Mathematical, I'll give it a subject code of maths, and for class 1 I'm doing everything for class 1 just to make things, just to keep things very simple. Now click on add subject. Let's add subject 3, science. I don't know science, we don't have science for class 1, but just to keep things very simple, 3 subjects. Let's have history and let's give it a code of HIS. Class, I think we have added 4. Let's add one more subject. Let's add computers, code of comp. Class, this is not theory, obviously this is practical, but you understand you have to select this subject type again. Then you can now go ahead, create more subjects. Now once you create these subjects, now you can create timetables. So to create timetable under SM academic, you will see timetables. Click on that. Now let's create a new timetable for a class. So click on add new routine. And let's create a timetable for class 1A. So select 1A. Now select this subject. Now which is the first subject? So probably this is for Monday and this is probably English subject. So the Monday starts with English and school starts at probably 7 a.m. So you can type it like this. You don't have to use this time. You can just type it like this, 7:00 a.m. and probably this session is for half an hour, so it will end at 7:30 a.m. All right, just like this. Now this is related, or this session or this timetable is for Monday, so we'll select Monday and which room number. So room number 1, and which is the teacher. You can also assign a teacher for this. We are not doing that, but you can do that. In fact, I think let me just show you. I don't want to leave anything. So let me first show you how we can assign a teacher to a subject. And after that, we can create a timetable. So once you create a subject, you can assign different teachers to different subjects. So to do that, again, you have to actually go back to subjects. And here, as you can see, we have created several subjects over here. So maybe for English, I want to assign this to teacher number 1. We have created only one teacher. So I can click on assign teachers. Over here, I can search for teacher 1. We have created only one. Click on assign teachers. Obviously, there can be multiple teachers teaching a single subject. Again, if I go back to subjects, let me assign the same teacher to all the subjects because we have created only one teacher. So I'll do that very quickly. Assign teacher. Again, go back to subjects. For subject 3, same thing. Assign the same teacher. Click on assign teachers. Go back to subjects, 2 more to go. Let's select this one. Search for that teacher. All right. Go back. Final subject. Again, search for that teacher and assign teacher. So once you assign teachers, things will become more easier to create timetable. Now we can start creating the timetable. So click on that. Click on add new routine. We have already seen how this thing works. So we are creating this for class 1A, and let's start with English. So day starts with English, which is really bad day. So start time is 7 and end time is 7:30 a.m. So let's keep it simple. For Monday, room number 1 and teacher, this teacher. Click on add new routine. So this is one. Let me very quickly add more. 1A, maybe the second subject is, let's add computers, which was my favorite subject. 7:30 to obviously 8, or let's make it a longer period because this was a good period. So maybe this is for 1 hour, so 8:30. Okay, 7:30 to 8:30 a.m. Again, Monday. This is room number, it was on 4th, 5th floor, I don't even remember. So maybe room number 40. And for this, some other teacher, but because we have created only one teacher, we'll select the same teacher. And so similarly, as you can see, you can just go ahead. Third subject is probably history. Start time is 8:30 and ends at 9. Again, for day, it will be Monday. Room number 1, teacher. Select this teacher, click on add routine. Now you can just go ahead and do this thing. And once you do it, you can again go back to timetable. And here, as you can see, we have created a timetable for class 1A. If you click on this, here, as you can see, for Monday, this is the first subject, English, 7 to 7:30 a.m. Room number 1, teacher 1. Now, if you create more subjects, obviously in between recess and everything, this will look so much better and this timetable will be complete. And once you create this timetable can be seen by teachers, by students, also by parents. In fact, let me do one thing. Let me just show you. Let's now do one thing. We have created an account for this teacher 1. I have opened this website, this admin website over here. Let's open another browser, and in that browser, let's sign in as a teacher and let's see how this thing works. Alright guys, so as you can see, I've opened this new browser and I have opened this website. Now, if the teacher wants to log in, they can go to wp-admin, obviously, to log in. Now, remember one thing, teacher, accountant, and these people will log in from wp-admin, but parent and students, they will log in from the front end. So we'll see that later on. First, let's see the teacher option. So I'll enter login detail as teacher 1. Let's enter the password, click on login. Right, so it says unknown username. I think I did some spelling mistake over here. So under SM admin, if I click on staff list, here is teacher 1. Okay, I did some mistake over here. There is some spelling mistake over here. Instead of teacher 1, I messed up the spelling over here. So I'll copy this login username, paste it over here and enter the password, click on login. And now, as you can see, this is the login page. Now, what all permission you have granted to teacher, they can do only those things. Now, as you can see, they don't get the option of appearance, plugins, and those options. They're only getting the option for academic. Under that, they have timetable, attendance, and they have some student related things and exam related things. So we have given them these all different permissions. So they can only do this much. Now, let's see a few important things. So the reason I opened this over here is to show you what all permissions and what all features teachers have. So first of all, the most basic permission, the most basic feature is that teachers can take attendance. And so to do that, they will go to this option SM academic and they will go to attendance. Now, whichever class they have selected. So this is the class teacher. If you remember, we had set this teacher as the class teacher of first A. So they can do only this much. Now they have to select the month. So 2020 July month, click on view attendance. They will say that there is no attendance yet. If they want to take attendance, they can click on this option, take attendance. Now for which date, they can select that date. So maybe for today and click on manage attendance. Now, because we have only one student, if this student is present or absent, you can select this. If all are present, she can save some time, click on this option, all present. If everyone is absent for some reason, she can select this option or he can select this option. Teacher can select this option, mark all absent, and everyone will be marked absent. Now, for example, we have this student is present. So we'll select present, click on save changes. And this will give you a notice. Are you sure? So click on save changes. This thing is now saved. Now, just to make sure, if you again click on view attendance and you can select this date and click on view attendance, you can see that this student is present on 18th. So, this is how it works. Now, let's see one more very important option, student leave request. So if a student wants to send a request for leave, they can do it. So again, let me do one more thing. Now I'll have to open one more window. So we have already opened 2 windows. Let me open one more window, and this will be a private window. So that in this window, now we can sign in as a student or a parent, and I can show you those things, not school 1, school 2. Now, as I said you earlier, for students, it will be different. They will not log in from WP admin. They will not log in from dashboard. They will log in from this front end page. So in our demo website, we have created this page, login dashboard, and this is for student and parent, as you can see. So first, let's very quickly create this page. So come back to your dashboard, click on pages, click on add new. Let's give it a title of login and publish this page. Now, once you publish this page, again, let me actually go back to dashboard. This will be a blank page. If you open this page in a new tab, this will be a blank page. If you want to create or if you want to set this page as your login page for parents and admin, for parents and students, you can come over here, click on school management and click on settings under school management. Select shortcode, and here you have shortcodes for different pages. We'll be creating these pages later on. For now, we need this page, login page. So click on copy. This will copy this shortcode for login page. Come back over here. Now click on this plus button. Search for shortcode. You can search like this, shortcode block, and paste in the shortcode over here. Click on update. Now if I come back over here, login page, refresh it, I'll get an error that I'm not a student or parent. Now, if I come back to this website that we have opened so many websites. And if I go to that page, it was /login. Now, as you can see, we have this login page, and here that parent or student can enter the username and password, click on login, and they can see this dashboard. Later on, we'll make it full width and we'll do some more changes on this website. But for now, as you can see, this is working. Now we had already set, if you remember, we had just did the attendance for 18th. So this parent can see whether his or her child was present on that day or not. So they can click on this option, attendance option, which is over here at the bottom. Click on attendance, and as you can see, in July 1 day total and present for 1 day. Now they can leave, they can submit a leave request for a single day or for multiple days. Maybe for multiple days, maybe from Monday 27th to 31st. They can enter any reason, whatever the reason is. They can click on submit leave request, click on OK. Now this request will be accepted by the teacher or rejected by the teacher. So this is the dashboard for teacher. So this teacher will see student leaves, and here as you can see, this teacher will see that there is one leave request. This is the student class 1. This is the reason from this date to this date. If this teacher thinks that this is fine, and if this teacher wants to accept this thing, he or she can simply make it approve. Click on student leave. So this leave request is now accepted. So this is how this thing works. Now let me show you how this teacher will upload study materials. So she or he can go to this option, study material, click on add new study material. Whatever the title is, maybe English study material, whatever description is, she can type in complete details. She can make the screen bigger like this, and the teacher can make the whole screen. They can type everything over here, or if they want, they can upload any Word file, Excel file, PPT, whatever it is, they can enter that file as well. So they can upload that file. So let me do one thing. Let me, for demo, select these 2 images, click on open, and for which class they can select. So only for first class, click on add new study material. Now let me open this in parents page, click on refresh. Now if I click on study material, now because this parent's child is in standard 1, they get this study material. They can click on view. They will see 2 files are added. They can download this file if they want. So this is how the study material thing works. Let's see how the homework thing works. So again, come back to teacher's dashboard. Here you have homework. They can click on homework. They can click on add new homework if they want to do that. Again, simply title, class, section. So this homework is only for class 1A, or probably this teacher, if they want, they can also select all the different sections. Date of homework, maybe for Monday, description, whatever they want, and they can upload some file if they want, and they can also automatically send messages to student and both to parent that we have that class has given or this teacher has given some homework. Make sure you check that out. So they will get an automatic message, SMS. I'll show you how to set the SMS settings. For now, you can just tick mark this thing, click on assign homework. Again, let's open this student dashboard. And here, if you go to homework, here as you can see, this is the homework. If you want, you can click on view. You can see all the details. If you have completed the homework, click on submit homework, and whatever photos or whatever it is, you can just choose that file, upload that file, and you can just submit this homework. Similarly, teacher can also add some notice to the notice board. So they can click on notice board and they can click on add notice, enter whatever notice it is and for which class it is. Again, if they want to add some file or anything, they can do that as well. Now click on add notice. This will be added to the notice board. So again, go back to students dashboard, and as you can see right on the dashboard, they have this notice, and they can also see that over here in the notice board. So at both the places, this notice is now present. Now similarly, teacher can add events and also live classes. So to add an event, they can click on add event, and similarly click on add new, same detail. Let's say live classes. If they click on live classes, right now they will get this error, please configure Zoom API key. So let's see how you can configure the Zoom API key, and after that this live class, Zoom live class, can take place. So for that you have to first come back to your dashboard as an admin. Let's come back to dashboard, and over here just click on this option, school management, and under that click on settings. Here, okay, not here, I think it is under SM settings. So SM school, and here you see settings. So under SM school settings, come over here, and here as you can see Zoom live classes. So to create this thing, you need Zoom API key and Zoom API secret for JWT, as you can see. And to create this thing, either you can open this link in a new tab. This is a documentation. This will explain you how you can create this app. Now, once you open this link here, you will see few options. So here you have to open this link, generating this key, in a new tab. So open this link in a new tab, and make sure first you have logged into your Zoom account. And here you will see this option, My Apps. Now, because you have not yet created an app, you can click on this option, Create App. Now you will see this option JWT, and you will see one button just like this, Create. Now I'm not getting that button because I have already created an app. So I can click on View here, and I can see that app. And once you just click on Create App, you just have to give it any name, and after that this will be created. Now you will get your API key. So copy your API key from here, paste it under Zoom API key. Similarly, copy your API secret, which is over here. Click on copy. Come back to your website, paste it over here, and click on save. Now let's again go back to that teacher account, which is over here. Let's refresh it. And now as you can see, this thing is now working. Now this teacher can schedule a new live class and like that. So let's click on add new live class, select for which class, maybe for class A, for which subject, maybe for, let's see, maybe for English, which teacher. Then after that class type, recurring class with fixed time, or schedule class. You can select the schedule date and time for this. Duration also can be selected. If this requires password, you can enter password, so that students will have to enter this password to enter this class. You can enter the topic, what is the agenda for this live tutorial or live class. Approval type, automatically approve. And you can select recurring type. So whether this class is daily class, or it is weekly class or monthly class, and weekly class for which all weekdays, and when does this end. You can enter all these details, and after that click on add new live class. Now here as you can see, it says live class added successfully. So if you click on view all, you can see this class is now added. If the teacher wants, they can click on this start class, and this class will be started, and students will have to click on this link. So let's see this student dashboard now. So this is the student dashboard. Let me refresh it, and let's go to live classes. And here as you can see, this is now added. Schedule time, everything is given over here. This is a scheduled class, but whenever this class is on, this student can simply click on join and can join this live class. Now let's see things related to examination. So examinations, it all depends on you, whether you want admin to manage that, or whether you want teachers to manage that. So whoever wants to manage that, they will see those options over here under SM Academic. And here, let's see, okay, here we have SM examination. Click on this option. Now here you have manage exams. If no exams are created previously, you can create a new exam. So click on this option, add new exam. You can give it a title. For example, this is unit test 1. So you can give it a title of unit test 1. What is the exam center? Maybe it is this school, same school. When does this exam start? Which month, which date, and what month and which date does it end? And for which class this timetable you're creating, and you can select exam group. So again, you can just enter the title over here, unit test 1. Then after that, you have to add which paper is on which date. So probably first is English. So I'll just enter it like this. Maximum marks, maybe it is unit test. So probably I don't know how many marks it is today. In our times, it was around 20-25 marks. Paper code, I don't know. In English 001, whatever it is. And which date. So I had selected exam starts on 20th. So I'll select 20th. Start time, probably 10 a.m. and ends at 12, probably not 12, 11:30, because it's like 11:30 a.m. and room number, probably room number 1. Click on add more. Second exam is maybe mathematics, so I'll select maths. This is not theory obviously, but you can change that thing. This is for again maybe 20 marks. Paper code, exam date, paper date, you can select all these things. Time, I want to select the same time. All right, and this is also in room number 1. So similarly, you can just go ahead and do this thing, create this entire timetable. You can also give the grade criteria, so from which person to which person and which grade do you want to assign them. If you enable this thing, this will be automatically assigned. Now if you want, you can also publish this thing. So basically you should be publishing this thing once this timetable is 100% completed, and once you want to publish this to students on notice boards. Okay, so you can select everything, publish, and click on add new exam. Okay, paper code is missing for second one. Let me just enter anything. Click on add new exam again, and now as you can see here, it says exam added successfully. Now we can click on this, teacher can click on view exam, and this exam is now added. Let's again go back to student dashboard, which is over here. Click on exams, exam timetable. Now as you can see, this exam timetable is added. This they can click on this, and here English, paper code, date, timing, room number, exam center is this school. So here as you can see, this works amazing. This is so professional and so easy. Now let's see some more things we have added. Let's see how this student can generate admit card if it is required for exam. So they can go to admit card. We had selected published. So let me do one thing. Let me again go back to teachers account, and here let me just click on view, and this is the timetable, I guess. Where is the publish? Here it is, admit cards. Click on view. No data available. Let's add let's generate admit cards for students. So click on generate admit cards. Now here you can select all the students, and obviously for some reason, if you want some students to be excluded in this list, so you don't want to generate their admit cards, for some reason they were whatever reason it could be, you can do that thing. Now I'm selecting all students and click on generate admit card. Click on generate. Once this admit card is generated, again if you go back to parent account or student account, refresh it. Okay, here it still says no admit card. Let's see. Okay, we haven't yet. This is also required for this exam. This will be the roll number. Okay. Now it is successfully published. Again, if I come over here, refresh it. Now as you can see, admit card is now generated. I can click on this, and in this admit card, I have all my details or students details, and we also have this timetable. Now this person, student or this parent can now simply print this admit card. And once this exam is over, results can also be assessed and evaluated live on this website. So that happens over here under exam results. Once this exam is over, this teacher can add results. Click on add result, and for which student? So probably for student 1, this student, because it is a very bright student, Nayyar Shaikh is very bright student. So probably in English scored 19 because it is subject, and maths 100%, so 20. And now this teacher can publish this result. Click on view exam results. And here as you can see, 97.5, which is pretty good. And again, if I go back to students page, click on exam results. Here I have my result, click on view. And this is my result, percentage and everything is given over here. Alright guys, so with this, everything related to teacher and students is now completed. So this was the most important thing, most basic thing about a website, about a school management system website. So we have covered this thing. Now let me very quickly, because I thought this tutorial was going to be pretty short, but this is taking a lot of time. So let me very quickly go through accountant, librarian and transport very quickly just to cover this thing. Now I'll cut this students page and I'll just log out from this teacher's account. And now let me log in from accountant's account. All right, so click on login. Now this person will get all the options related to accounting. So if this person clicks on dashboard, they can raise fee invoices, which we have already seen. Teacher, in the last case when we saw this thing, teacher raised an invoice, student made the payment. But here this person can raise a new invoice. They can add expenses, incomes. So probably maybe school paid electricity bill for month of this, what is this month, July. So probably they'll add July electricity bill. And they can also, first they have to create a expense category, but it is not compulsory. If you want, you can create that. If you don't want, you can just leave it. And probably the bill was for 50,000. Invoice number, everything can be added. Expense date can be added, and after that click on add new expense, and this expense will be added. Similarly, fee types we have already seen. Fee invoices also we have seen. And if there is any income, they can click on new income, add new income, income category. Everything can be created from here. Now let's see Librarian. Click on logout. Let's log in as Librarian. So this was the login detail for Librarian. And here, as you can see, this person will get only this option related to library. So they can click, they can see all the books which is available in this library. Now, right now, no books. So they can add new books like this. So maybe book 1, author 1. What is subject? They can select this subject. What is the price of the book? And in how many quantity this book is available. So probably 5 copies of this book is available, and this book is available in where. So this book is placed where? Probably in rack number 2, and this is book number maybe 15 in that rack, and ISBN number. After that, click on add new book. Now this person can see, the librarian can see all the books added over here. They can also issue this book to some student. Now before a book can be issued to a student must have library card. So let's raise a library card, or let's issue a library card for a student. So click on library cards, click on issue library cards, and you can also, again, for library card number, you can give it a number like this. Okay. And you can also give some prefix. So LC library card 001, and it will just keep on repeating. Now this is for student class 1A, and the date issued, manage library card. So we have one student. So I want to issue this library card for this student. Select this, click on issue library card. Again, click on this button, card issued. Now we can issue this book. So we can come over here, click on issue book, and select class, section. Now under students, only those students will display who own a library cards, or for whom we have issued a library card. So this student exists. And after that, we can add quantity when this book was issued to this student, and when this student will be returning this book. Or if you want, you can also check the library card of this number by clicking on this button and click on issue book. And this book is now issued. So this is how this thing works for librarian. Again, let me just log out from this, and finally let's see the transport thing. So let me log in over here, transport 1, click on login. Now this person will get only things related or options related to transportation. Now no vehicles are added, so let's add a new vehicle, and MH some number, because in Mumbai, in Maharashtra, this is how the vehicle numbers are. MH for Maharashtra and the vehicle number. Model, probably this is some bus, so I'll just enter bus over here, no model. Driver, who is driver? Driver 1. Driver's phone number, which is very important. Click on add new vehicle. This vehicle is added. Now let's add a new route. So I'll go here, transport routes or transport routes, whatever, however you call it. Click on add new route. And this is probably Sion Bandra. Okay, route fare, so it's 500 probably, and I'll select the vehicle for this route, click on add new route. So this route is now added. Now you can go, and I have already shown you, if a student is selecting this option or this route, you can go back to this option, SM student, and you can edit that student account, and you can assign this student with this bus. So click on action, and here, as you can see, transport route. Now I can assign this student in this bus, okay, in this route. So this is very systematic, and this is how this thing works. Alright guys, now finally let's see settings related to this plugin. So under SM School, click on settings. First setting is the general setting. So you can upload your logo over here. So click on choose file. If you have any logo, you can upload that logo over here. Now, where do you want to redirect a person when they log out? So I would recommend you to just enter your homepage URL. Now click on save. Now email carrier, just enter your school name over here, whatever your school name is, and enter the email address from which email address you want to send all the emails. So whenever student is present or absent or whatever, from this email address all the emails will be sent. And email template, you can control the email template. So invoice generated, email template, online fee submission. So whenever online fee submission, whenever a parent submits fee online, you can enable this thing and they will get this mail. Now you can create your own format over here. For example, dear parent, and you can automatically add the name of this parent if you want by using some options from this top option. So from this top shortcodes. So I'm just adding dear parent, and you can add like we have successfully received the fee for this student. And whenever you want to display the name of this student, you can just enter the shortcode. So here, instead of this shortcode, now it will display the name of the student, class and section, roll number, school, admission number, invoice number, date, everything. So you can enter these shortcodes over here, and you can, create your own template, and this template will be sent. And you can also enter your email address, send a test mail, and you can see how this looks. Okay. And once it is done, click on save. Then after that, we have SMS carrier. So you can select, there are so many different carriers. I am not going to show you right now because for whatever carrier I showed, settings for other carrier, SMS carrier will be totally different. So it is very simple. You can go to Google and you can search for this thing, whatever is SMS carrier you want to use, you can select that option. Then after that, SMS template. So similarly, just like email templates, you can, create templates for SMS as well. So for student, whenever students absent or present, student absent notification to parents. So dear parent, like this is SMS template of format, your child, then after that child name or student name, was absent on an absent date, which should be over here, attendance date. Okay, so we would like to inform you that your child was absent. So your child name, Nayyar probably. Okay, so for example, was absent on, for example, today, 18th July. So they will get this SMS automatic, and make sure to always enable this. Click on save. Then after that, we have payment methods. So if you're accepting online fees and all, you can enable this payment method. And the most important one, according to me, is Stripe. Because if using Stripe, you can accept online payments using any card like credit, debit, or ATM card. So enable this thing, and for this you have to go to this website, dashboard.stripe.com, and obviously first you have to create an account with stripe.com. Once you create an account, you can click on developers from the left hand side, click on API keys. Here is your publishable key, copy and paste it over here. Here is your secret key, copy and paste it over here. All right. Similarly, if you also want to enable PayPal, Razorpay, you can enable all these things. So I'll just click on enable, and you just have to enter your email address for PayPal. But remember one thing, you must have business PayPal account. So that is very important. And instead of sandbox, make sure live is selected. Click on save. Similarly, if you want to accept fees through Paytm, you can enable this thing. Enter your Paytm merchant ID, merchant key. So you must have a merchant account with Paytm first. And if you also want to accept payments through bank transfer, you can enable that. You can enter your branch code, whatever your branch code is, your bank account number, name of the bank account, and instructions. So in instructions, you can add your some code like IFSC code, those codes, and something like that, and click on save. All right, then we have inquiry settings. Do you want to make email mandatory? Probably yes. We'll select yes. Click on save. You can also enter the email address and phone number of the admin or receptionist, so that whenever there is a new inquiry, this person, this receptionist or this admin will get a notification on email and on phone number. Then we have registration option. Okay, you can there's not really very important, but you can select this option, and again you can just enter the phone number and email address of receptionist or the admin. Then we have some shortcodes using which we have to create different pages that we'll do very soon. Then we have charts. So if you want to display this monthly admission, monthly payments and everything, if you in this chart and bar form, let me select here pie chart, donut, probably lines, click on save. And now if you click on this SM school, which is over here SM school, now you'll see these options as well. Okay, if there is no data you won't see anything, but if there is some data you will see everything in this chart form, in this kind of thing. Alright guys, so with this everything, all the settings related to your school management is now completed. Now let's see, the only thing left right now is to create your home page, or basically the only thing left is to design this website, because the backend is everything. On backend everything is completed. We have seen all the settings, everything we have seen over here. The front end thing is left. So let's see how we can create this website, how we can design this thing, how we can create different pages like the home page, about page, contact page, and all this inquiry page, fee submission page. Let's see how we can create these different pages, and most importantly, let's see how we can design the home page. Alright guys, so let's start with the home page. So first let's create and design the home page, and after that we can move on to some other pages. So to do that, again come back to your dashboard, hover over pages and click on add new. Now let's give it a title, because we are creating home page. Let's give it a title of home. So just type in that thing, click on publish. Now, if you see this page in a new tab, let's see, there are a few changes that we have to make. First of all, if you see this demo website homepage, we don't have any sidebar at the right hand side, but here we have this sidebar at the right hand side. So first thing that we need to do is to get rid of this sidebar, and to do that, we'll come over here. You'll see at the bottom content layout, make it 100% full width and update this page. Again, if you come back over here and refresh it, that sidebar is now gone. Similarly, we don't need this header section, because here, as you can see in our demo website homepage, we don't have any such header section. So again, come over here, click on title at the bottom and disable this entire title section, update this page. And obviously again, if you refresh it, that title is also gone. Now there is still one more thing left. If you see your URL bar here, it says your website name /home, which basically means that you have created this page, you have named it home, but just by naming it home, it doesn't become your home page. So this is just a regular page, and now we have to convert this page, this regular page, into our official home page. So to do that, you'll again come back to your dashboard, and we have to do a very basic setting. We have to hover over settings, which is over here, and click on reading. And from here, right now, as you can see, your homepage will display your latest post. So whatever post you create, if I click on this, it will just display your latest post. If you want to display a static page, just select that page and click on save changes. Again, if I come over here, refresh it. And now as you can see, this is now set as my homepage. You can see the URL bar as well. Now again, I can come back to pages. And once you set this as your homepage, besides this page, it will say front page. Now let's see how we can design this page. So click on edit. And because we have installed the Elementor page builder, we get this button, edit with Elementor. Click on this button, and now you will see this screen. If you have already seen any one of my Elementor tutorials, you know how to use these elements. But if you're seeing these things for the first time, if you're seeing this Elementor plugin and this screen for the first time, let me show you what is this Elementor and how to use it. So Elementor is a plugin, it's a page builder, and you have these elements at the left hand side. So using these elements, you create different pages. For example, if you see this entire page, in fact, this entire website is created using these elements. Now, whenever you create a page, you create it into different sections. For example, this is one section of this page. Then this is another section, this entire section. Then when you scroll down, this is about section, another section. So you create every single page section by section. So to use Elementor, first you click on this plus button, you add a section. You select how many columns you want in this section. For example, in this section, if you want 3 columns, we can select this 3 column thing. Now, if you see left hand side, things have now changed. Now you don't see that elements option. If you again want to go back to elements, if you want to see your elements over here, you will see this 9 dots icon. Click on this icon, and now as you can see, your elements are now back. Now, if you want to create a button, you will simply drag and drop this button over here. And now as you can see, you have your button. Now, whenever you use any element or whenever you click on any element, you will see options and settings at the left hand side will change. Now because we have clicked on edit button, here at the left hand side it says edit button. So for this element we have these settings, and for every single element we have 3 settings: content, style and advanced. Under content you just change the content, basic things like the text, the size and everything. Under style you change the typography like the font size, font family, text height, you add some shadow if you want. Then after that you can change the color of the background color probably, or maybe text color, border radius, these things. And under advanced you can give some animation to this thing, you can position, you can add some border, background, motion effect, advanced padding and margin. All these advanced things will be done from here. Again, if you want to go back to settings, or if you want to go back to elements, you'll click on this 9 dots icon. And similarly this time if you want to use icon, you can drag and drop icon over here. Now you can change your icon, you can go back to style, you can change the color of the icon. For example, any color, you can go to advanced, add padding, margin, everything. So this is how this thing works. Now there are other ways as well, for example, but I think we should see that later on. First, let's start creating this home page. Now, first of all, if you see, we have this section, and in this section, we just have only one column. So we'll click on this plus button, add a single column. And in this column, first thing that we have is this title. So I'll copy this title, come over here, click on this 9 dots icon, bring this option, heading option, drag and drop this heading option over here. Enter your title. I'll just copy and paste in this title over here. Now, because this is aligned in the center, this is in the center, we'll change the alignment to center. Now, as you can see, your text is now in center. Let's go to style. We also have to change the color to white, but right now, if I change the text color to white, it will disappear, obviously, because our background color is also white. So I'll change the color later on. For now, I just let it be a blue, black, whatever color you want. Now let's change the typography, basically the font family and everything. So for this title font family, I want this to be Open Sans. There are many font families that you can use. Some of my favorites are Open Sans, Poppins, Roboto, Montserrat, Lato. These are some really great font families. Now for this one, we are going to use Open Sans. So just search for Open Sans, we'll see this option. Now you can increase or decrease the size like this, or you can just enter the number over here. For this, I wanted this to be 57 pixels. And if you want, you can make it bolder or lighter. If you select 900, it will be pretty bold. If you select 100, you can see very light. I want to keep it normal, so maybe at 400. And then after that, we have another text. So I'll just copy this text over here. Come back to this option. And for this, you can use heading, or you can also use text editor. Both will work. Let's see text editor, because we have already used heading. So let's see text editor. Drag and drop text editor here. Enter whatever text or title you want. Go to style. First of all, let's make it center align. Change the color to whatever color you want. Later on, we'll be changing the color to white once we add this thing in the background. Now let's change the typography. So for this one, I want this to be Montserrat. So I'll search for that option over here. You can also now increase or decrease the size. I don't want to do anything. I think this looks perfect. Now, after that, we have our button. Now, before I add this button, let's do one thing. Let's change the background thing. So let's add this image in the background, and let's add this gradient color. As you can see, this beautiful gradient color, and let's also give it a height. Let's see how these things work. So to do changes in the background, to do changes in the entire row, you will click on this 6 dots icon. If you see this blue section here, you will see the 6 dots icon. If you click on this, it says edit section. Now, sometimes for the first section, you might not see this option. So what you can do is you can see this icon at the bottom left corner of your screen, navigator. Click on navigator, and now as you can see, you'll see this option. Here you just have to click on this section, and you will see this edit section at the left hand side. Now in this section, first thing that I want to do is I want to give it a height, a certain height. So we'll select this option, height option, and I'll make it minimum height. And for this default is 400. I want to make it 600. The reason I'm selecting a little bit more height is because after we make this thing transparent, as you can see, some section or some part will go at top behind this menu, and also we need some extra space at bottom. So that is the reason why I'm selecting 600 pixel as my height. Now let's add background image. First of all, if you see, first we have image in the background, and on top of that image we have this color. So in the background option, first we add this image. So click on this upload image. Now I have already said you this thing earlier. Let me first upload all the images, select everything, click on open. So I have said you earlier this thing that there is a link given in the video description below. If you click on that link, you will be redirected to my website blogdude.com. And here, as you can see, for every single video I create these posts. This is for my latest last video, real estate video. If I click on this video, if I click on this thing, as you can see, first you will see the video. So basically you're watching this video. If you click on that link, you will see this video, and you will see at the bottom download free images link. If you click on this download button, you'll download a zip file, and once you unzip that file, you will get all these images for free, and you'll also get this folder, pages folder. So how to use these things, I'll show you. First of all, make sure you upload all these images. Now whatever image you want in the background, you can select that image. So I have selected this image. Select this, click on insert media. And now as you can see, we have this image in the background. I want to change this size to cover so that we can see the entire image. You can also change the position instead of center right, center center. Normally I make it center center. Now let's add that color on top of this. So for that you'll use this option background overlay, and here if you want, you can just add a single color overlay. For example, this black color, blue color, this green color, or you can select this option gradient, and now you can add two colors gradient overlay. So here, as you can see, we have used these two colors. So for this color, I'll use maybe this one, a little dark shade like the one we have used over here. And for this second color, I'll use this blue color. All right. Now you can also do few things. You can change the angle which I want to do. I want this color, this first color at the left hand side and the second color at the right hand side. And you can also make it lighter or darker like this. I want to make it darker at 0.75. And this is how it will look like. Very much similar to this option. I want to do one thing. I want to decrease the location. I want to increase the location for this one. Now what I'm doing right now is I'm making the second color come even forward so that the first color is capturing only this section and this blue color is in the entire section. So you can do it something like this. Now once we have this thing in the background, now we can change the color of this text. So select this text, make it white, select this second text and also make it white. And now we can add our button, this button. So you can come back and you can search for button. Now you'll see there are several options available. We have button, we have e-kit button, we have dual button. You can use e-kit button or you can also use button. Let me just select the simple button. So I'll drag and drop it over here, make it center aligned first of all. Change the title to learn more. So I'll type in learn more over here. You can also add some links so that whenever someone clicks on this button, they will be redirected to that link. And now let's design or let's style this button. So go to style. Now first we have the typography option, which is settings related to this text, learn more text. So I'll click on this pencil button, and for this I want to make it Roboto, which is also a very good font family. So I'll select Roboto. I think the default font family is Roboto, so you don't have to change this thing. Now I want to increase this size to 16 and I want to make it a little bit lighter. So probably let's select 500. And I also want to make it uppercase, which means all the letters should be capital uppercase. So under text transform, I'll select uppercase. Now I also want to add some space between each letter. So you'll see this option letter spacing over here. I'll type in 1. And now as you can see, we have some space between each letters. Now you can do some more things. For example, we can change the background color to white and the text color to black. So select text color, select black, select the background color and make it white. And now let's make it a circular rounded button like this one. So for this, you'll see border radius, make it 50. And now you'll see this is now rounded button. You can also make this increase the size of the button by using or by adding some extra padding. First, let me make it 0. Now, as you can see, when you make it 0, no padding is added. Now we can add our own custom padding. So for top and bottom, I want to add 15, and for left and right, I want to add 45. And here we have it. Now, whenever you make any changes on your website, you should always update this page. Then after that, we have these 3 things. Now, before I add these things, let me do one thing. We can add another section, and after that we can add this thing over here. So click on this plus button to add a new section, and because we have 3 different columns over here, we'll select 3 columns. Now in this, again first come back to elements, and here you have to search for icon box. Now you will see 2 icon box option over here. First of all is this one, second icon box is this one, and on top of that at the top right corner of this element you will see it is written eKit. Use this one, eKit one, drag and drop it over here, and your icon box will look something like this. First of all, let's change the icon to this certificate icon or whatever icon you want. I want to use only elements kit icon, so make sure you click on this and search for this or whatever badge. I think let's search for this. Let's use this badge icon. Select this, click on insert. Now let's change the title and subtitle. So this is the title and this is the content. Copy, paste it over here, and now let's style this thing. So go to style, and first of all, let's see what first option is. So icon color, what is the icon color over here? This is white color. Okay, so I'll select icon white color. Icon background color, we have this color. Now if you go to any website and if you want to know the exact color code of that website, for example, I have see this color over here, I don't know the exact color code. So you can do one thing, you can go to Google and you can search go to Google first of all, and here you can search for something called ColorZilla Chrome extension. So you'll see this link, first link, click on this link, ColorZilla. So this is basically a free Chrome extension using which you can get any color. So if you, for me it says remove from Chrome, for you it should say add to Chrome. So click on add to Chrome and you will see this color picker over here. Now once you use this color picker, once you have installed this Chrome extension, click on this color picker. Now bring your cursor wherever you want, whatever color you want, just bring your cursor to that. And now as you can see, once you click on that, that color code will be automatically copied. Now if I come over here under icon background color, I can paste in this color, and now as you can see your icon will look something like this. We can do some more changes over here. If you want to make it circular, we had already seen how that thing works in the button. So to make it circular, we'll add border radius of 100. Okay, now as you can see, this has become circular. Now let's increase the size of the icon, and now let's add some padding. So for size, I'll make it double. Right now it is 40, I'll make it 80. Okay, much better, but we don't have any space from all sides. So let's add some padding. So maybe let's add 40 pixels padding, and this looks perfect. All right. So this was setting related to icon. Now select content and let's change settings related to content. For typography, I want to change the title to probably, I think the font family looks good. I just want to increase the size to 25, and color is also fine. Now description, which is the second option, select typography. Again, I want to make it Roboto, so I don't have to change the font family because it is already Roboto. And for the size, I'll make it 20 pixels. And for description, I think description looks perfect. We don't have to do any changes in the description. Now let's see some settings related to container, because right now if I just hide this thing, you will see we have some padding over here, default padding. You can see when I hover over this, you will see this padding also, and you'll also see this border. So we have this border, and between this border from all sides we have this gap. This is padding. For example, on top of that icon we have some space, left we have this space, right we have space, and at the bottom we have space. That is padding. And this thing that you see all around, this is border. First of all, I don't want any border, so under border type I'll select solid and I'll make it 0. Okay, if I again come back over here, border is gone. Now let's do some changes with the padding, which is over here under container, icon box container. You will see padding option. It is set to 50-40, so top and bottom 50 and left and right 40. I want to set this to 20 pixels from all sides. Okay, this is how it will look like. So this will make it something like this, a little bit wider, which would look much better. Now let me do one thing. Let me copy this thing, paste it over here just to save some time. We don't have to do again everything from scratch. Paste it over here. And if you want to do some changes, now click on the second option, change the icon to this book icon. And let's select this icon, click on insert. We have this book icon. If you want to change the color, again use this color picker to grab this color code and click on that color. It will automatically copy the code. Change the background color over here. So as you can see, everything now becomes so much easier. You can also change the title to library if you want. Let me copy the title paste it over here. Now let's do one thing over here. Let's bring this entire section at top so that this looks something like this. So to do that, I'll select this option, edit section, for the second section. Now I want to bring it up, so I have to do some changes with the padding, with the margin. So I'll go to advanced, and on top margin I will add 150. Now as you can see, when you add 150 or 150 or whatever number, this will actually bring it down. Okay, it is adding some margin at top. I don't want to add margin, I want to subtract margin. So before 150 I'll type in minus, so it will become minus 150, and this thing will now go at top, and this I think looks much better. Now there is one more problem over here. We have this white color background. Okay, as you can see here, I don't have any such background, so let's get rid of this background. Click on this first option, icon box. Select this icon box container, and here we have background type. Click on this option, click on color. Here you have two options. First option is to change the color, and second option you have this slider. Just bring it at the left side, extreme left side. This will make it transparent. For second also, select this option, go to style, icon box container, color, make it transparent. For third one also do the same thing. Let me just copy it. Click on copy, right click, paste style. Now everything looks perfect. Just one small thing is left. We have this nice wave thing over here at the bottom of this section. So to do that, you will click on this option, edit section. For the top section, go to style, and you will see shape divider. Select shape divider, select bottom because we want shape divider at the bottom. Now there are many options. The one which I have used in the demo website is this waves option. So select waves, and this is how this waves thing will look like. Now I want to do a few things over here. I want to decrease this this height just so that this wave touches all the three options. That is what I want. Now if I hide this thing, as you can see, this is touching both all the three icons, and this according to me looks perfect. So I think this looks good, so I will update this page. Alright guys, so with this your first section is now completed. Now remember one thing, whenever you create any section, you should always see how that section looks on a mobile phone and also on a tablet. So if you want to see that, you'll see this icon over here at the bottom left corner, responsive mode, this desktop icon. Click on this icon, select mobile, and now as you can see, this is how it looks on mobile phone. Almost perfect. I think we just have to change the size of this title. Let's make it a little bit smaller. So click on this heading, and here you'll see typography. Click on this pencil button. Make sure under size, beside size, you have this mobile icon so that it will change the size only for mobile phone and not for any other device. Now I can increase or decrease the size like this one for mobile phone. Now let me also add some line height over here. So here you'll see line height. So some line height looks perfect. Click on update. Let's see how it looks on tablet. I think it looks perfect on tablet. No need to do any changes. Come back to desktop. Alright guys, now let's create a second. Now all the other sections are pretty simple now. So I hope it should not take much longer. Let's create a second section. So to create a new section, click on this plus button, add a single row, single column. First thing that we have is this title. So to do this thing, to add this title, search for title, and this time actually search for heading and use this option again, the one which says ekit. Here you see heading, and here it says ekit. Bring this heading over here. Now let's change the title. So heading title is this. I'll copy and paste in the title over here. We also have this subtitle at top, so I'll copy this subtitle, click on subtitle, enable subtitle, and paste in this thing as my subtitle. Now I want this subtitle before title, so I'll select this option before title so that this title comes up, and I also want this separator before title, so I'll select title separator, which is over here, and bring it before title. Okay, I want this style, and we want everything in center, so I can go to style, make it center, and now let's change settings related to these things. So first of all, we have the title. Now for the title, I want to make it open sans, not this thing. We have the typography option over here. Click on this pencil button, change the font family to open sans, and let's increase the height a little bit. So for this one, maybe I want to change the height to 36, and let's make it a little bit bolder because this is title. So make it 600, and let's see. We also have some space below this title. So let me add that space. You'll see this option, margin option, delete that thing. And under bottom margin, type in 60 so that we have this extra space below the title. Now select this subtitle option. Now for this thing, I think it looks fine. I just want to decrease the size a little bit. I'll make it 13 and I want to make it a little bit lighter. So weight, I'll make 500. Okay, or probably 600. Let's see what we have used over here. I think 600 looks fine. And below this thing, there is a lot of gap. I don't want that much gap. So I'll delete this margin and I want only 10 pixels bottom margin. Now you can change these colors as well. If you want to go to colors and you can change that color. Now below this thing, we have these 4 columns, which are pretty simple. So now what I want to do is I want to add these columns in the same section. So to do that, you can use this element, inner section element. Just bring this element over here. And now as you can see, we have 2 columns. Obviously we don't want 2, we want 4. So to add more columns, you can click on this, you can right click on this edit column, click on add new column. Right click on this edit column, click on add new column. Now let me do one thing. Let me use this option. Okay. So again, this is also the same thing that we have used at top. This is icon box. So search for icon box and again use the e-kit one. Drag and drop it over here. Now the first thing that we need to do is we need to change the icon to this money icon or whatever icon you want. So maybe let's select this icon, money, and let me select this icon, click on insert. This icon is now, as you can see, added. Similarly, you can change the title. So here it says, so I can copy it and paste it under title. Then after that, we have some dummy text. So I think I can use this text over here. Okay, so some dummy text. Now let's do some styling for this thing. So go to style. First of all, we have the icon option. Now if you see over here, this is how this looks like. Let's first change the icon color to this color. In fact, let me do one thing. Let me get this color code first of all. If I click on over here, icon picker, color picker, I can get this color code and I can save this color code. So I can first of all paste in this color code and after that I can click on this option, add picked color, so that this color is saved. Next time whenever I want to use this color, I can simply click on this option. Now we have the color. Let's increase the size of this option. So icon size, let's make it 60 so that it's, it becomes a little bit bigger. I don't want, I think margin and padding, everything is perfect. I don't want to change that thing. Now let's change the title. So select content and select typography for title. This is title and here as you can see the typography. Click on this pencil button and let's make it Poppins. Okay. So for title, I want to make it Poppins. I want to increase the size to 22 and make it a little bit lighter at 500. Probably here even more lighter section is used, so maybe 400. Okay, so this looks better. Then after that, for the second option, you can also change that thing if you want. You can go to typography and you can do some changes in that as well. I don't want to do that. I want to do one thing. If I, as you can see, if I hover over this section, we see some shadow in the background. So I want to change that thing. So for this, we can select this icon container and go to hover. Select background type, not background type, select this option box shadow and enable this shadow. Now if I hover over this, as you can see this shadow. Now I don't want this border color. As you can see when I hover over this, we have this border color. I don't want that border color. So I can go to normal, select border type solid, make it 0. Now let me see that again. Now we don't have that border and we have this beautiful hover color. Now I want to change this hover color. Instead of this simple gray color or black color, I want this color. Okay, so it is pretty simple. We'll go here and this is the box shadow under hover. Select this pencil button, select this color and select this color or whatever color you want. You can also make it a little bit transparent. Now if I hover over this, you can see this is how it looks like. I think it looks perfect. Now we can copy this and paste it in these empty columns. Just like this, and you can do the changes that I have already shown you at top. And now one more thing is left, which is see the background color of this section is different. So let me see which color is this. So this is F2, F3, F6. So I can come over here, click on this edit section. I'm going a little bit faster. I totally understand that. The thing is I expected this tutorial to be pretty short, but this is getting bigger, pretty longer. pretty lengthy, so I don't want that. So that is the reason why I am going a little bit faster. Now under edit section, go to background type, select this color and paste in this color code. Now as you can see, this thing is changed. Now we don't have any space at top and bottom, so let's add some padding at top and bottom. So go to advanced and let's add padding of 75 and for top, and for bottom 50. For this section also I can add some padding at bottom, maybe 50 pixels, so that we have this extra space at bottom. Click on update. Now let's create a third section, which is this section. Now for this section, I will add another row, and this time we'll add 2 columns. Now this column, this left hand side column is a little bit smaller, and this right hand side column where we have this image is a little bit wider. So for this, normally it is 50% for both the columns. So this is 50% width, this is 50% width. I want to change this thing. So to change the width, first click on this option, edit column. Now I want the first column to be 40% and the second column will automatically become 60%, which is good. Now first of all, we want to use this heading. So again, search for heading and use this same option, ekit heading, drag and drop it over here. Now this is the title. I'll paste in this thing under title. We also have a subtitle, which is this, and I'll go to subtitle, enable this, change the subtitle. I don't want this separator this time, so I can make the separator no, and I want subtitle before title. So subtitle position before title. And you can again go ahead and change the setting I have already shown you. You can go to style, you can go to this thing title, you can make it bolder if you want, like this 500 or 600, and you can also change the color and everything. I have already shown you that thing. Then after that we have this thing, this description. Actually you can add this description in the title section as well. Click on title, and here you should see under content, title description, make it yes, and paste in this description over here. Okay, now as you can see, this is how it will look like. Click on update, and below this thing we have this option. This is basically your icon box. Okay, the same thing that we have used over here and also over here, but this time we are using it in a different type, in a different manner. So to add it like this, come over here again, search for icon box, and again use the ekit one, drag and drop it over here. Now this time the changes will be that this icon is now at the left hand side. So you go to settings and you change the content alignment to left, and you also change the icon position to left. And this is how it will look like. I don't want to use icon this time, so I can go to icon box. Instead of this icon, I want to use image. So I can use this image and I can upload this image, which I have already given you. Upload this image like this. Now change the title, copy the title like this, paste it over here, or obviously you can just enter your own title. And similarly, just copy this text and paste it over here. Now let's do some changes in this styling. The main change that you have to do is change the container, because right now if you see, there is this gap, this padding from all sides, and we also have this border. So go to container and make padding 0. We don't want any padding at all, and we also don't want any borders. So make border type solid and change the width to 0. Now let's see. Now as you can see, this looks perfect. And similarly, you can go ahead, change the style of these fonts. And once you do that, you can again right click on this, click on duplicate, so that we have another option, same option, and you can change the content. Then after that, you have the button. Now again, to save some time, I'll simply copy this button, paste it over here at bottom, and do some changes. For example, first of all, I'll go to style, change the background color to this color, text color to white color. And this time I also want to use icon. First of all, let's make it left align, and I also want to use icon, so I can search for that icon. All right, let's see. I just want this arrow icon, right arrow, and I want this icon after the text. So I can select after, and now you have your button. Now let's see how we can, this is just a simple image. So to add this image at the right hand side, I'll drag and drop this image over here, and we'll upload this image. So select this image, click on insert media, and this is now added. Now the only thing left is to add some padding at top and bottom. So select edit section, go to advanced, and now let's add 75 pixels padding both at top and bottom and click on update. Now as you can see, this looks perfect. Then after that we have another section. This is also pretty simple. So what I will do is I will simply copy this entire section that we have copied at top, that we have created at top. Right click on that, click on copy, come over here at the bottom, right click, paste. So that this will save a lot of time. We don't have to do this title. We don't have to change the background color, because here as you can see, title and background color are already changed. You can change the title if you want. I mean the style is present, just change the content of the title. And instead of this thing, I think let's see here, I think we have used 3 columns and we have used this image box, not this icon box. So I can delete this inner section. I can add another inner section, but this time with only 3 columns. So I'll right click, add new column. We have 3 columns, and inside this search for image box, and again select the one with ekit, which is over here, image box ekit. Drag and drop it under column 1. Now first of all, let's add this image. So these images are also given. So upload this image, click on this choose image, and let's select this image. So I'll select this, click on insert media, and now as you can see, we have this image. Let's change the body, basically this title and subtitle. So this is the title, paste it over here. This is some description, copy and paste it over here. Let's do some changes. First of all, we'll change the alignment to left, because here everything is aligned towards left. Now let's change, I don't want this button, so we'll go to button and make it no, because here we have not used any button in the demo website. Now let's go to style, and this time I want to do one thing. For first option is this image, and we don't have anything related to image. Go to body. Now the first thing that I need to do in the body is change the background color to white. As you can see over here, background color white, and we also have very light shadow with the background color. So box shadow. So first background color, change this to white. Now as you can see, background color is white, and select this option box shadow. Let's see where it is. Here it is. And if you enable this thing, you have the background color white. You also have this box shadow. And now you can change the padding, and you can do some more things. For padding, I think let's set this to 30. Let's see how it looks. I think it looks good. And if you want to change the title and subtitle thing, okay, here as you can see, title looks much better and it is lighter. This thing is pretty bold. So we can go to title, which is over here, title option, and go to typography, change this to 500, and probably not even 500, 400. And this looks much better. You can also increase the size a little bit if you want. I'll make it, let's see, 24 looks good. Now click on update. Again, just copy it, paste it over here, paste it over here, and now copy and paste in or duplicate this entire section, inner section. So your this section is also now created. Now we have our final section. First of all, let me just click on update. Now again, to create this section, I'll do the same thing. I'll copy paste this title, this entire section. Now I'll explain you why. First of all, let me just paste in this thing, because here also we have used this thing, padding, margin, everything is used. I don't want this 4 columns, and I also want to change the background thing. So instead of this color, I want to use this image in the background. So we'll select this option, edit section, go to style. So again, click on this choose image, select whatever image you want, click on insert media. And because this image is pretty light, we want to add some overlay, which we have already seen in the first section, how to add overlay. So to add an overlay, we'll select background overlay and select color. This time we'll select black color, and let's make it a little bit darker, 0.6 maybe. Yeah, I think 0.6 looks good. And we also want to add some height like this one. So for this, I'll go to layout and change the height to 400. I think not 400. Let's make it 550. Now, as you can see, the image is getting repeated. So to fix this thing, you can go back to style, change the size to cover, and repeat, make it no repeat. Okay. Once you have this thing, you can now select this color, this text, and change this color to white. So go to style, change the text color to white. Also change the subtitle color to white or whatever color you want. Now let's add this thing. So to add this thing, we'll add another row, single column, and inside this thing, we'll add inner section and we'll make it 3 columns. add new column, because here as you can see we have 3 options over here. Now first of all we want to again use this thing icon box over here at top so that we can display the icon and title. But before that, let's first change the background color to this color. So I'll copy this color code using this color picker, come over here, and this time I want to change the entire column background color. So I'll select this option, edit column, go to style and change the background color to this color, paste in this color. Now once you paste in this color, if I show you like this, I don't know if you can see this or not. Now between all these columns there is this extra margin. I don't know if you can see this thing, and also there is no proper padding. So if you go to advanced, you can do one thing, change margin to 0. So type in 0 under margin. Now add padding of 45 pixels from all sides and click on update. Now inside this thing we can add these options, these elements. So first element we have is this icon box again. So search for icon box and use the ekit one. Let's change the icon to this clock icon. Search for this clock and let's select this icon, click on insert. Let's change the title to opening times, and we don't want this description, so I can simply delete it. And go to setting, let's make it left align. So select alignment left, and I don't want this background color and all. So go to style, go to icon container, no padding, so 0 padding, no background color as well. So let's make it transparent. Also no border. So here you have border type solid, width 0. So border is also gone, and now we can change the icon color to whatever color you want. In this case, I want to change the icon color to obviously white, and let's increase the size a little bit to 50 pixels. Now settings related to title, go to content and let's see. Let's make it bigger and change the color to white. So title color will be white, and typography, let's make it bigger. You can also change the font family if you want. I don't want to do that. I think 24 looks good, and probably 600 or 700 would look better. Click on update. So you have this thing. Now after that you can do one thing, you can add these things. So to add this, I will use this option, icon list. So drag and drop this icon list over here, because as you can see, this is a list basically. Now here, this is how it looks like. First of all, I don't want to display the icon, because here in the demo website, we are not displaying the icon. We're just displaying the text. So I'll use the first option, delete the icon, just change the text, copy the second text, select the second option, change this text, delete the icon. So click on this dustbin icon. Similarly, copy this third text and paste in this thing and delete the icon. Now I'll go to style. I also want this divider at the bottom, just like we have it over here. I just want it a little bit lighter, but we can do that later on. Select this text, change this color to white, and let's increase the size and all. So select this typography, let's make it Roboto. It is already Roboto, so no need to change that. Increase the height, increase the size to probably, let's make it 15 or 16 pixels. I think looks good. Weight will be 400, a little bit lighter. And you can also add some line height this time, like this. Okay. So it will look good. Click on update, and this thing is now completed. And finally, you have this link at the bottom. So this is basically a button. If you again search for button, this is pretty simple. You will see this button, ekit button, drag and drop it over here. Now make it, first change the text to no more. Type in no more. We also have this icon used. So add this icon. So whichever is used, let me just select this simple icon over here, or maybe this icon. So I'll select this, click on insert. And again, this is after the text. Now the one thing that I want to do is I want to first make it left align, and I don't want this background color. So we'll go to style and we'll go to background color, which is over here, background type. And again, we'll make it transparent. And we also want to make padding 0 so that we don't have any extra space like this. Now we can go to style, and you can change, you can increase or decrease the height of this thing. So let me increase the height a little bit. So under button, you will see typography. Let's make it 16. Thing looks good. If you want, you can make it a little bit bolder, 600. Click on update. Now once you create this section, you can do one thing. You can now copy, you can now basically duplicate the entire column. So right click, click on duplicate, right click, click on duplicate. And now for these empty columns, right click and delete them like this. Now for the second column, let's change this color to a little bit lighter color, which is this. Copy this color code, come over here, click on edit column, go to style and change this color. Now for the third column, even more lighter color. So we'll select this color, come over here, select edit column, go to style and paste in this color over here. All right. Now second column is very much similar to the first one. The third column is a little bit different. So first of all, let me change this icon. Instead of this, I want this envelope icon, which is over here. Let me select this, click on insert. And I don't want this icon list and I don't want this button. Instead of this, we want this simple contact form. So you can now again go back to your dashboard and you will see this contact option over here. Click on this. Click on contact form 1. You just have to do one small setting over here. Delete this thing. Basically don't delete this thing. You'll see this subject over here. Delete subject and type in message. And here, instead of your subject, type in your message. Okay. And now you can delete this message thing. Delete this label. So basically, if you don't understand, just whatever you see on a screen, just type in that thing and click on save. Once you click on save, you can now again come back to this page, scroll down or come back and search for contact 7. Here you have it, contact 7, ekit, drag and drop it over here. Now from style, select contact form 1. By default, this is how it will look like. Let's see how we can design it. First of all, I want to change the label style. We want to make it very lighter. Here, as you can see, the label is very dark. So go to style, select label, typography. This is label, typography, make it 400. Okay. Now let's change this field, this box. Okay. So I'll go to this input box or input. And I don't want any background color, this white background color. And also I don't want any border color or any border at all. So let's see. We have a typography, we have placeholder, we have background type. So select background type color, make it transparent. We still have this border. If you see, border from all sides. I want border, but only at the bottom, not from all sides. So I'll select this option, borders type, make it solid and make it everything 0, but at bottom I'll type 1. Now let me show you. Now as you can see at bottom you have 1. Then after that, let's see what all we have to do. We have to do some changes to the button. So I'll select this button and let's see, we have to make it circular, change the background color to white and text color to that blue color. So color, this blue color, background color white. You can also make the background color, that kind of gradient color if you want, but I obviously don't want to do that. Now border radius will be 50 or 100 just to make it circular. And you can add some padding if you want, according to you. I don't want to do that. I have already shown you multiple times. Now click on update. Now the only thing again I want to do is I want to bring this entire section at top so that it looks something like this. So for that, again, we'll select this inner section, click on edit inner section, go to advanced. We have already seen how to achieve this. Under top, this time I want to add 240 and before 240 add minus, and this is how it will look like. Click on update. All right. Now, as you can see, this looks perfect. All right, guys. So finally, your homepage is now completed. You can now come back to your dashboard and let's see how we can create about page. Basically, obviously, we are not going to create about page and contact page. I'm giving you free files. You can simply import them and you will have this page, because obviously, as you can see by yourself, if I again go and show you everything from scratch for the about page and contact page, this is going to take a lot of time. So we don't want to do that. Now to import this page, first we have to create this page. So hover over pages, click on add new, and let's give it a title of about page or about us, whatever you want. And again, for this also, we want content layout 100% full width and we don't want any title. So select title and disable it just like home page. Now once you create this page, click on edit with Elementor. And this time you don't have to go ahead and create this page from scratch. This time you can simply click on this option, add template, go to my template and click on import. Now the file that you have downloaded, you will see this folder in that file, pages folder, and in this you have two files. So first select about us, click on open and import the about us template. Again click on import template, select file and select the contact us template, import this one as well. Now right now we are creating the about page. So select about us page template, click on insert. And now as you can see, this page is 100% imported. You just have to do one thing, you just have to upload or replace these images. So click on this image and replace it with whatever image you want. So I'm selecting this image. Now if you have teacher or this, you can enter details about your teachers over here or about your school trustees or something like that. Okay, so enter the images of the teacher. For example, we are selecting, or we are considering them to be teachers. Then after that, you enter the teacher name and something about the teacher. If you see your icons displaying like this box, simply click on that icon and it will be fixed. And finally this image, let me replace with this option, click on update. Now to create your contact page, again come back to your dashboard, hover over pages, click on add new. Give it a title of contact, and this also will be 100% full width and no title. Publish this page, again click on edit with Elementor and again click on add template, my template, and this time let's select contact page template, insert this page. Now the only thing that we need to change over here is, first of all, we need to add that contact form over here. So come back and again search for contact form 7, drag and drop this thing over here. Select contact form 1 and you can style it. We have already seen how to style this thing. Click on update. Now let's create some other pages. So let me first come back to dashboard. These pages, fees submission, admission, query registration, login page we have already created, but other pages. So let me do one thing. Let me open school management in new tab, and under school management you'll see settings. And here you have shortcodes. We have already created the login page. So do one thing, click on SM school, click on settings, which is under school, SM school, click on settings under SM school, click on shortcodes. And over here we have some shortcodes. First page, shortcode for the first page is fee submission page. So click on copy, come back to your dashboard and let's add a new page and let's name it fee submission. Now this time under content layout, make it full width, not 100% full width, just full width. Now click on this plus button, search for shortcode block and paste in the shortcode you have copied, click on publish. Now if you open this page in a new tab, let's see, as you can see over here, this is your fee submission page. A person can select for class, search for student. In this case, I'll just search for student 1, click on search. Here as you can see student. Now if there is any invoice pending, there is no pending fee right now. If there is an invoice pending, the person can pay the fees from here. Now actually let me just show you this thing. I think this is left. So come back to your dashboard and under accounting you will see, go to a dashboard. Now first of all, school will raise an invoice and after that this person or this parent will make the payment. So to add a new invoice, we'll click on add new fee invoice and select this student. So class 1, section A, student 1, invoice title maybe July fee, amount probably 2500, no discount, date issued, and what is the due date, probably end of this month. Okay, and if this payment is collected, you can tick mark this thing, but right now payment is not collected, we just are raising this invoice. So click on add new fee invoice. Again, if I come back and refresh this page and try the same thing, search the student name over here, click on search, again click on view, and now as you can see we have some unpaid invoice. So click on pay now, and now you have bank transfer. If you select bank transfer, you will see your bank account code, everything, and you can now make the payment. And once you make the payment, you can upload this screenshot and you can also give transaction ID, or if you want you can select Stripe, click on proceed to pay, click on pay amount. you will get this pop-up. You can enter your card details and make the payment from here as well. So this thing is also working. And once you collect the payment, it will be automatically selected, or if you collect the payment offline, you select this option, collect payment, enter the payment amount that you have selected, transaction ID and everything, whether it was cash, check, card, bank transfer, and click on add new invoice type. So that is how it works. Again, come back to pages. Now let's create some more pages. After that, let's go to shortcode page. We have the admission inquiry page. So click on this copy, come over here, add new page, admission inquiry. This will be also full width, not 100% full width. Click on this plus button, shortcode, paste in the shortcode, click on publish. If you open this in a new tab, let's see, we have the admission inquiry form. Again, come back. Let's see the settings option. We have the registration, click on copy, click on add new to add a new page. And this is student registration or just admission registration. So I'll just enter registration title. Content layout will be full width, shortcode, paste in the shortcode, click on publish. This page is also published. Let's open this in a new tab, and here you have your admission inquiry or admission form. Now we don't need to create more pages. Admit card, exam timetable, all these things are given to the parent or the student in the dashboard. So we don't need to create, exclusive page for this thing. So we can just leave this thing for now. Now let's finalize this website. So right now, if I open this in a new tab, everything looks fine. We are missing only two things, the header and the footer. So we don't have the menu and we also don't have anything in the footer. So let's see how we can fix this thing. First, let's create this menu. So to create this menu, come back to dashboard, hover over appearance, which is over here, and click on menus. First, let's create our main menu, which is this menu at top. So I'll give it a title of main menu. You can give it any title, and after that click on create menu. Now from the left hand side pages, select all the pages that you want to display. I'm selecting all these pages, and you can also rearrange them if you want. So for example, fee submission can come over here, admission inquiry can come over here, registration can come over here. All right. And always make sure to tick mark this main at the bottom and click on save menu. Now if I come over here and refresh this thing, you can see this menu is now present. Now I want to create one more menu. This is for this at the bottom. As you can see, this 5-6 links, this is also a menu. So to create this menu, I'll click on this link, create a new menu, click on leave. Now let me give it a title of footer 1. Click on create menu. Now what all pages you want, for example, about page, contact page, registration and login page. Okay, so suppose I want these 5 pages. Now this time you don't have to tick mark anything. Simply click on save menu. Again, go ahead, create another menu if you want. Now once you have created these menu, now we can add our footer, which is these 4 sections in the footer. So to do changes or to add these widgets in the footer, under appearance, you'll see widgets, click on that. Now here you'll see footer 1, footer 2, footer 3, footer 4. So under footer 1, first of all, we have this logo and this simple text. So for this, we have a widget called text. If you see at the bottom, we have this text widget. Select this widget, select footer 1 and click on add widget. Now, first of all, I want to upload the logo, and after that, I want some text. So to upload this logo, click on add media, upload, or just select your logo, click on insert into post. And after that, whatever text you want, type in that thing, click on save. Now under footer 2, we are displaying this simple menu that we have created, this footer menu that we have just created. So here, search for navigation menu, which is over here. Select footer 2, click on add widget, give it any title and select footer menu, click on save. For footer 3 also, I'm displaying the same menu. So I can again come over here and select the same navigation menu widget, select footer 3, click on add widget, give it some other title and select footer 1, click on save. And finally in footer 4, I'm displaying this contact information. So that thing is present at the top, contact information. Drag and drop it under footer 4. Now I don't want this text over here, so I can delete the text. Now if you want address, don't touch icon, class and title. Just under content, delete this thing and enter your own address. Similarly under phone, just change the content, don't change the class and title, and similarly in phone number as well and mobile number. If you don't want to display the fax, delete everything under fax. Alright. Similarly, if you don't want to display website, delete everything under website, and similarly if you don't want to display Skype, delete everything under Skype. Now again, if you come back to this website and refresh it, you have your footer. Now it looks a little bit different, but now we have the final setting, which is the website customization. So your menu also looks a little bit different and footer also. So let's see how we can fix this thing. So to fix this thing, to finally customize your website, click on this customize link at top. Now let's start with the top bar. Okay, let's start from top basically. Now if you see, let it first load. So if you see carefully over here at top of your menu, we also have this section, top bar section. I don't want this section. So to get rid of this section, at the left hand side, you have top bar, general, and just untick this thing. Remove the enable top bar tick and that thing will be gone. Now come back again, go to header. First of all, change the logo. So click on logo, upload your own logo if you have. So we do have this logo. Select this logo, click on select, skip cropping. Or if you want, you can also upload this white logo. I think we also had that white logo. So let me just upload that, which is over here, white logo. Select this, click on select, skip cropping, or you can crop that, click on publish. Now let me do one thing. I want home page menu to be white, to be transparent. And for all other pages, if you open that, this is fine. Okay, this menu is fine. But for home page, I want the menu to be transparent. So I can do again one thing. I can go back to my website, my dashboard, click on pages, select home page. And over here at bottom, if you scroll down, you will see header, select header, and header style, make it transparent. Now, once you make the header style transparent, go to menu. We can change the menu link color to white color like this, because here, as you can see, for transparent, we have this link color, white color. Now click on update. If I again come back to customization page and refresh it, now as you can see, we have a nice transparent menu and the link color is white. But we do have this border at bottom. So I don't want this border as well. So click on header, click on general and untick this thing. Header, border, bottom, untick that thing. Border is also gone. And the menu height is a little bit big. So I can decrease the height to probably 60 pixels. Okay, this is also fixed. Again, come back. Now let's do some changes in the footer. Okay, our footer looks something like this. So I can select this option, footer widgets. Change the background color to some light color, light gray color like F9 or F5. And once the background color is light, we can change the text color to dark. So select text color, select black, select link color and change this thing to black as well. And after that, again, you can come back and finally we have this copyright text at bottom. So select footer bottom. First of all, change the copyright text. Instead of Ocean WP theme by Neck, you can type something like made by someone like Nayyar, Shaikh or whatever. And you can also add some links over here if you want. And for this text color also, this will be white. Click on publish. Now, once you change this color, as you can see, this text is now hidden. So let's do some typography settings over here. Click on typography, select this option, footer widget heading, change the color to black color. Now, as you can see, this is displayed and now let's make it bolder. So font weight, let's make it 700 and this looks better. Now come at the top. Let's do some changes to this menu as well. So click main menu, increase the size. Instead of 13, let's make it 15 pixels. Now, as you can see, size is increased. Come back and you can change the body thing. So for body, I think we can make it Poppins. Select Poppins and change the color. Instead of this font color, change it to black color and publish this website. And finally, if you want, you can change your primary and secondary color. So by default, your primary color is this blue color. As you can see, we can come back to this thing, click on general option, click on general styling, and this is your primary color. We can change this thing to some other color like this dark blue color or some other color as our primary color. And let's see, link color also we can change, because if you see some other pages like this fee submission page or admission inquiry page, if I open anything over here, let me very quickly show you this thing. Click on search. Now here, as you can see, this is a link, but this is also showing, the regular color, black color. So many people will not know whether this is link or not. So we can change the link color to this color. And now, as you can see, the color of this link is changed. If I click on view, For this pay now also the color is changed because this is also a link. So we can change the link color as well. Now click on publish. Now you can cut this thing, and with this you have finally created this website. Alright guys, so this was a pretty long tutorial. Actually, this is not a very long tutorial. Some of my tutorials are more than 4-5 hours. But actually I expected this tutorial to be shorter, and this turned out to be pretty lengthy. So that is what caused some problem for me. Okay guys, so finally this website is 100% created and this tutorial is now completed. You can understand how much efforts it takes to create a tutorial like this thing. So if you appreciate the effort, make sure to subscribe to the channel and click on the bell icon. And if you find this video helpful, give a thumbs up to this video, share it with your friends on Facebook, Twitter, WhatsApp, whatever social media platform you use. And throughout the video, if you have any doubts, any comments, any suggestions for me, you can always leave them in the comments section below. Thank you so much for watching this video. See you in the next one.